welcome to The Brink as we come to you for our second week of special episodes to close out the year that is 2019. Last week you heard the best of 2019, and this week we are bringing you part one of the best of the decade. That is right, we're closing out another decade, and very exciting to be able to bring you the best bits of the decade. It's clearly as simple as it sounds. This is part one. We weren't only going to do this in one part, but we had so many moments that we wanted to share with you again from the last 10 years that we thought, well, bugger it, let's do two parts to close out the decade that was. So today, you are going to hear best bits from the years that are between 2010 and 2014. And of course, all of these moments happened when we actually were still live on radio back in our Edge Radio days in Hobart. So a lot of these you would have heard before. If you're a long-term listener to the podcast, of course, we replayed all the best ofs basically in our flashback segment. But this is just a chance to relive some of those moments, some of the moments that we are quite proud of, quite fond of, think they're funny, think you'll enjoy them all over again. And that is what you are going to hear today. So sit back, relax, and listen to the best of the decade of The Brink for the years between 2010 and 2014.
It is a privilege right now, and we've been given the hurry up. We thought we had a time constraint when we had Will Hodgman on the show. This is different. We've got well, I was going to say royalty. Not really, sort of. But joining us now here in the Brink...
She represents royalty.
Live in Vancouver on the Downtown Live City site. It is an absolute honour and privilege to be joined by, I believe, the 22nd Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, and the current Governor General. What's going on? Stop pointing at people. It's rude in front of the Prime Minister.
Where's the Prime Minister?
The Prime Minister is here with me.
Oh, okay.
And the Governor General's out. Can you not see?
Oh,
hello there. Hi, boys. Oh, hey, you're playing music for me. That's American. I know, sir. Sorry. Stephen Harper, Prime Minister of Canada, thank you for your time. Anthony was getting confused because he couldn't recognise you with your orca whale hat.
The best sight, you know.
And the fact that you fly with the wings of the mighty Thunderbird. Oh, hey, that's fine. Look, you know, we like to fly with these here in Canada. It's great to be here in Vancouver for the games. And I really, like to talk about this sort of stuff. Well, Matt is laughing at your hat, and Anthony is just looking. Anthony, are you going to introduce...
I didn't realise how strong your accent was, Mr. Prime Minister.
Oh, hey, you know, it's amazing. We like to sort of, you know, come up with these things at this time, you know. I don't want to sound like I normally do, because we're in the Olympics. The world's here in Canada, Anthony, you know. It's about time it came back, and it's amazing to be here. Thank you, sir. Anthony, are you going to introduce the Governor General? Or is she going to sit there?
The
Governor General of Canada.
The Honourable Her Excellency, Michelle Jean.
Michelle.
Hello, it is me. It is Michelle. How are you?
Oh, look, it's an honour to have you on the show. You're looking very glowing and radiant.
Thank you, but you are only human and you're not.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, you and I go way back, Michelle, before.
Yes, that is right. My voice is just gone up also because I realize that I am Canadian, and I think it is very important for me to speak as a woman.
Oh, hey, I know what you mean, eh? Oh, shut up, Stephen. You go over the corner. We haven't spoken to you for a bit there. But, Michelle, the world is coming to Canada. How is this feeling for you, being the Governor General?
Je suis très fier, which means I am very proud of it, because as a French Canadian, I think that for us to be here in such world stage platform, I think it is great.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that one, Michelle. I'm Stephen Harper again, and I'm just loving the fact that you boys are so funny, and I just cannot stop laughing. And Matt, are you Matt Stevenson, eh?
Stephen, they're just wondering whether you have Scottish grandparents or...
Well, no, a lot of people talk about that with me on...
Torque?
I'm going to cut him off there because he spat all over the microphone and it is frozen on my nose. All right, Stephen, I don't care if you're the Prime Minister, you're going over there. We calmed Kevin Rudd down with a stick. And John Howard, don't talk about what we used to do to him.
Double dissolution time for him, I think.
I don't... Hello, Michelle, you didn't return my calls, the other night.
You are dead to me now.
No, look, you've got to open the games tomorrow, but we need to come up with this sort of for Canada.
Oh, Canada?
Yeah. No,
Yeah?
not German. No. We disagree. Look, this isn't political platform. We've already had our soapboxes from our Liberal candidates. Matt, do you have a question for the Prime Minister or Governor General?
For Michelle here. Just wondering, obviously we've come over here from Hobart, where we're aiming to get the 2020 Olympics down to Hobart. Would you be able to give us a reference to the IOC as well after this? Obviously, we're wonderful people.
I can do it. Shut up, Stephen. The Governor General is talking. Sorry.
Well, that is all right. I'm used to him, so I hit him all the time.
You shut your mouth, E. That was...
What are you talking about, eh?
The good impersonation, Michelle. Well done.
Well, I am French.
Sorry, yes,
Canadian.
answer the question, please.
What was the question? Oh, that is right. Jacques Rogge and I are very good friends. He comes here a lot, especially for the Olympic Winter Games. So it is very fun for us. I will speak to him. I will say, Hokog wants you, and you should want Hokog, and you will have the Olympic Games in 2020.
Now, look, we're nearly
I
out
am
of...
sounding very manly right now because I am
You had some wheat bix.
Woman.
We gave you some Australian food.
I am a wheat bix kid.
Yes.
I love your Australian food.
Before we're going to wrap things up in just a second. Don't worry, Stephen. I'll get to you in a second. Now, you've got to open the games tomorrow, Michelle. Have you been practicing your speech? Are you nervous?
Yes, but the trouble is I have to speak in French and English. Lady voice. It is very fun. I'm looking forward to it very much. It will be good.
And Stephen, are you disappointed that you don't get to open the games? I know there was a bit of back during the Olympics in Sydney. People thought that Johnny Howard should have opened the games, but they got the Governor General. What are your thoughts on this? Oh, hey, look, I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, it's just it's part of the office, eh? She's higher. She knows the Queen. She has connections. I once saw Barack Obama in the street, but nobody seems to care about that, eh? But they know what they're doing about stuff, and
stop. Keep it consistent.
What are you talking about? I've pushed him away. Look, Stephen Harper, Prime Minister of Canada, thank you for your time. Oh, that's fine. Enjoy your time here in Vancouver, and go Canucks. No, let's not go Canucks. Go the Flames. Thank you. And Anthony and the Governor General, Michelle, thank you for your time here.
You're very welcome, and I hope you have a very good time in Canada.
I hope we do too. We're going to go back to the music. God, that segment was awful. I should mention, of course, about 2 weeks ago, I went to the Australian Grand Prix to cover the race for the F1 show, and I played the interviews on Monday through the F1 show, but people might have missed them, Anthony.
And that's very true.
Yes, you might have been one of them. And I just might want to show these off again.
Show them off again,
because I spoke to God. I literally spoke to God. He stood right in front of me.
Now, for those who don't know who God is, who is God?
He's God. Who's God? Michael Schumacher is God.
Thank you.
He stood right in front of me. I held the microphone out and I spoke to God.
And what is your religion?
Ferrari. No, he doesn't even drive for Ferrari anymore, but that's different. But all I can say is those people now who come on TV and I was touched by God, I can literally say I was, because I shook his hand too. So for those of you who missed it on Monday, let's first of all listen to my chat with God himself, Michael Schumacher. Michael, how has the reception of the Australian fans been on your return this time?
Very good. Very relaxed and, respectful. So it was quite nice. Been here for more than a week of holiday. I've met lots of Australian people in very nice situations, and has been. You feel welcome. That's great.
Did you and Karina enjoy Lady Gaga the other night?
It was interesting.
I had to ask about Lady Gaga.
Ben, you sounded very calm for who he is.
I know. You should have seen me.
You sounded almost like, oh, do I have to be here?
God, what do you want?
God, Ben. God, what do you want? But I think you were trying too hard not to be overwhelmed by his presence.
I'm a serious journalist, Anthony. I mean, here I am, Michael. How are you today?
Michael, how are you? How did you and Karina find Lady Gags?
Well.
But he had a yuckle, and you made him chuckle.
No, look, that's different, isn't it? Now, I may not hold the same high esteem for the reigning world champion Jenson Button, but let's hear my chat.
Oh, I do.
I know you do. 2 chats I had with him. First of all, before the race itself on the Friday, this is what Jenson had to say to my good self. A lot of people have been talking about the setting sun on the twilight race. If it's overcast, do you think that will be a bit better for the drivers, given that there'll be hopefully no problem with the sun then?
Yes, I hope that's the case. I just don't want it raining, so I'd rather the sun blinding us than the rain here. And rain and sun would be even worse. But yeah, it is a little bit tricky, and last year a few people complained about the light, and I was one of them. There are a few things that we can do with our helmet manufacturers to help with the visors, which I have done. So I'm much happier with what I have. But yeah, it's always a little bit tricky, and when it's a twilight race. But we'll deal with it, and you know, I would prefer it to be dry, sunny. If it's not, overcast. But no, rain wouldn't be so good. But if it is, we'll make the best of it.
And 10 years ago, you actually made your debut here in Australia. How has the Australian public changed over time? Now that you're world champion too, has it been fantastic reception being back here in Melbourne?
It has, yeah. You know, the Australian fans are big supporters of, I think, of any sport. But Formula One also, and I think having Mark Webber racing, it's great for the Australians, and I think it's great for Formula One because it brings a lot of new fans from Australia to the sport. So it's, yeah, I think we've all had a great reception here, and I think it's a pretty special race in the centre of Melbourne. Very spectacular, and obviously it's a beautiful race as well, and it's a great way to start off the year. I know we're one race in, but still it's the start of the season.
It is, Jensen. I'm talking over myself now, and I did get to chat to him again. Do you want to hear one more?
Yeah, do it again.
I know you do. The press conference after the race on Sunday. This is what the winning driver, Jensen Button, had to say to me.
Jensen, do you think that with a lot of talk over the last couple of days about changing the rules because of Bahrain, that this is the race that might put some of the very weird suggestions to rest for a while?
I don't think there's any getting away from the fact that we all had thoughts, and we probably all thought that the last race was not the most exciting, and what are we going to do about it now? But I'm glad that we haven't really jumped to too many conclusions or ideas, because I think this race was a great race. You know, I had a lot of fun. Obviously, when you win the race, you have more fun than any other position. But you know, overtaking cars on the circuit and watching on the screens, a lot of action going on is great. I hope it's not just because of the weather conditions. I hope that we can have races like this because this is what we love. And you know, hopefully these sort of races are here to stay. You are going to have races that aren't the most exhilarating experience for us. But that's the way it is, you know. It's you know, not every football match is fun to watch, so it's got to be a bit of a balance, I think. One thing that was pretty tricky in this race was the light. I had a clear visor on at the end of the race, and I was struggling to see in the last few laps. So it seemed a lot darker than last year. I suppose it's because there was no sunlight; it was all behind clouds. So that might be something we need to look at a little bit.
Yes, Jensen Button, we might. That was Jensen Button talking to me at the Australian Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago. For those who missed it on the F1 show on Monday.
Ben, what is next?
Oh, you tell me.
Gertrude is her name.
Oh, tell us about her.
She is an incredibly wise and well-travelled lady, and she likes to talk to people about life, and more particularly about their lives.
Oh, look, I want to hear.
And so here she is now. Gertrude, are you there?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Where's my music? Thank you, Anthony, Ben. Hello, I'm Gertrude, and this is Gertrude's Gander. Now listen to me, Anthony. You listen to Gertrude.
Yes, listening.
You know what I did during the week?
No.
I spoke to Philip. You know who Philip is? My husband. My husband's Philip, and he said to me, Gertrude, come here. I want to kiss. And I said, Philip, no. You know why I said no, Anthony?
Why did you
Because
say
I did not
no?
want to kiss him because he is a man. And you know what is wrong about him being a man?
What?
It's the fact that he has something between his legs, which I just do not like. Now, Anthony, tomorrow is grand final day. Grand final day in the Australian Football League. Now, you know who is going to win.
Ben, who? I mean, Gertrude.
Who is Ben? I'm Gertrude. Now listen to me. I will tell you who is going to win, and I will tell you now. The team who is going to win is the team, Anthony, are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
The team that is going to win is a team that has the most points at the end of the game. Now that is quite a mathematical thought, because I came to that conclusion with quite easy mathematics. Now listen to me, Anthony. I predict that the team who wins will also lift up the cup, the trophy of glory, the cup that it signifies the glorious team of the AFL. And that team with the most points will be in history. And you know what else I said during the week, Anthony?
What?
When I sat down and I made that prediction, I said to Philip, Philip, you come here now, and you listen to Gertrude. And he said, Philip, he said, Gertrude. I said, what? And he said, give me a kiss. And I said, no, you know why not? Because you're a man, and I do not like it. And that is Gertrude's Gander, and that is this week's. That was interesting.
Wow. She was something, wasn't she?
We have her via satellite, and she just left already. I don't know. I don't know about her predictions, though.
She's very forceful, isn't she?
She is. It's like, you listen to me, I'm Gertrude. Gertrude, are you here ready? Hello, boys. Hello, Ben. That Friday Fight was hopeless. Hello? Am I? Good.
He's
Am I
here.
ready? Hello, Anthony.
Hello, Gertrude. How
Are you impersonating me? Are you impersonating? What happened to my music? I'm disappointed. At least when you move the microphone.
Yes, I
Anyway,
am.
you know what? This week in Gertrude's Scandal. Hello, I'm Gertrude, and this is what happened this week. I got home from India, and I saw Philip, and I said, Philip, did you miss me? And he said, yes. And you know what I said to Philip, Anthony?
What, Ben? Gertrude, what just say to
I'm
you?
Ben, that's Gertrude. I'm Gertrude, Anthony. You know, well, anyway, I said to Philip, I slapped him in the face, and I said, I didn't miss you. I met a lovely Indian man by the name of Rami. And you know what Rami did to me, Anthony?
What?
Things that I can't mention this time on the radio, but I said to Philip, Philip, let's go into the bedroom and I'll show you a few things. And then Philip did. He showed me his coin collection. He got a new coin. He got one from Bermuda. It was exciting.
Wow.
I got so excited, I baked him a cake, and you know what I said to Philip then?
Eat it?
I said, Philip, eat that cake and make me a flake. And then he did, and then before you know it, it was Saturday evening, and we were watching Hey Hey It's Saturday. You know what is so exciting now, Anthony Moran, about
Oh, what?
Hey Hey
What,
It's Saturday
Gertrude?
being back on a Saturday? You know what's so exciting about it, Anthony Moran?
What?
It's
You're
back on
gonna
a
tell me?
Saturday.
Oh,
It's back on a Saturday. I was
absolutely
so
it is.
excited, I pooed my panties. That's Gertrude Skander. I'll speak to you next week. Well, that was convenient.
Fantastic.
And she's gone. She does it and just leaves. I like that music, by the way.
Yeah, it's very beautiful, very relaxing.
Where did we find her?
She was one of our regular listeners who would always sit outside the studio, and she always used to speak to me. She didn't like you in the very beginning.
Doesn't.
No.
That's why she never talks to me when we're in.
And that's why she was always complaining. She always saying,
Yeah.
Ben this, Ben that,
Oh, well. This stuff
and
happened.
Here she is.
No, it's right. You can start us off.
I've got a question for you.
Oh, here we go.
2 questions.
Yes.
People say when I'm on television, all I do is whinge.
Oh,
Is
really?
that true?
I've heard that too, and I don't get it.
And the second thing is, does the telly put 5 kilos on you? I'm starting to get paranoid about this. Scott Bacon said the other day in Parliament that I look old.
Did he really?
And people on Facebook were saying, yes, actually you are starting to look old.
Wow.
Is that true?
Well, for starters, coming from Scott Bacon, that shocks me because I couldn't imagine old Scott saying that.
It was actually a very good-humoured exchange in Parliament.
Right.
People just see the hardcore stuff, but we were sitting down to start, I think, a 4 or 5 hour session with each other discussing his tourism budget. And I said, gee, I'm starting to feel old because when I first entered Parliament, I sat across this table from your father. And he said, you're starting to look it, which was very funny. And then ensued a little bit of an exchange between us. It was all good humour. No offence meant, none taken.
None taken. Well, look, being the fact that you are the opposition leader, it is kind of your job to whinge, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's all part of the gig, I'm afraid. And
What else can you... I mean, without being disrespectful, there's not a lot more you can do. As in charge of Tasmania, is there?
no, look, we try and be positive and try and get the government to do things which we think are good ideas, and occasionally they do, and occasionally we congratulate them for doing the right thing. But by and large, the nature of our political system demands that somebody be a whinger, and normally it's the leader of the opposition
Well,
who
I
has
mean,
to do it.
that's the thing. And what happened to the good old days where you'd have, the government, and then you'd have the opposition, and then you'd have the Greens on the side trying to
Yeah.
win. But now
I know.
they're...
The good old days.
But they're
some
not
would
there.
say.
They're just agreeing now.
Yep.
It's not that fun anymore, is it?
They are a wholly owned subsidiary, and it's quite different from when I first entered Parliament. There were literally 2 opposition parties, and we were down at a fairly low ebb, so a lot of people thought and said the Greens were the true opposition, but there are not many people saying that now.
No, and I have to say that your comment on Facebook last night,
The Greens one.
I liked that. I literally clicked the like button. So,
Yeah, no, I did. I actually commented on it.
Oh,
so I
did you?
One better,
All
yeah.
right, all right. Did you respond to Kelly, Will?
I haven't reviewed all that. We
that
finished
was
relatively
lots.
late last night in Parliament, and it's the end of a fairly long session. We're
Going
on
into winter break now, aren't
recess,
you?
yeah, for a very long time. So, to be honest, I turned the phone off and went home and watched a bit of telly with my wife and had a beer.
Look, we'll wrap it up with the 5 questions we like to ask.
That wasn't one of the questions.
No, I'm sorry, it definitely wasn't one of these. These are probably the hardest questions you'll ever get asked in your entire political career. Are you scared now?
I'm quite petrified, actually. The answer to all of the questions before hearing them is, I didn't do it and I don't know.
All right, then maybe the doctors are probably there in the background saying you shouldn't answer these to produce undue stress.
Fire away.
All right, question number 1. What is your favourite type of cheese, Kevin?
I'm very much a King Island cheese man.
Oh, good Tasmanian cheese. I like to hear that.
No, that's true. There's a King Island brie, which I think is terrific.
Oh, good. Absolutely delicious cheese. I love some of the King Island products. King Island cream is always in my fridge, I tell you that now. Question number 2. Kevin Rudd, are you a folder or a scruncher?
I fold when I pack. I scrunch when the clothes have been used.
But nothing to do with toilet paper?
No, I'm talking about packing clothes in a suitcase. What were you talking about?
Oh, toilet paper, of course. What else would I be talking about?
It's a family program. Move on.
Yes, exactly. Question number 3. Growing up, who was the childhood crush? Who were the posters on Kevin Rudd's wall?
That is a very, very good question. We're talking about, like, a long time ago here.
Well, I'm not saying you're that old, Kevin. I mean, what was that, 10 years ago when you were younger?
15, yeah.
15, yep.
Yeah, I think I probably would have gone for Little Patty.
Little Patty? Wow. She would be absolutely honoured with that, I think, wouldn't she?
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah, definitely. She could, return the favour and put some posters of you on her wall.
Well, that's depending on her level of desperation. That's right.
And still on growing up too, what was the dream job in Kevin Rudd's life?
The dream job in Kevin Rudd's life? I think what I thought of first to do was to go off and be an architect.
Right.
And to go and design buildings and all that sort of stuff.
Well, in a way, you designed the building of the future for Australia, so that kind of worked.
Well, there's physical buildings, which you've got to plan ahead for and how they're going to be used. But then when you try and do policy design for the future of the country, you've got to think ahead as well. So yeah, but I still like studying buildings. And in Hobart, you have the best set of period buildings of any state capital in Australia.
You certainly do. Well, there's something you could do in the hospital bed for those 8 weeks. You can draw some buildings.
I could. I'll work on that.
You can draw me a new house, Kevin. Send it down to me.
Do you want me to work on the redesign of Constitution Dock?
Yep, absolutely. You can help design the cable car for the mountain. You can help design the main stadium for the Hobart Olympic bid. How does that sound?
Yes, next question.
Final question. Kevin Rudd, when it comes to lollies, do you like to suck on them for a while and savour the flavour, or do you just like to go straight in and chew them?
I'm a notorious chewer. I have no patience for the old, suck it and see approach. You put something which is sweet in my mouth and the old teeth are grinding away pretty quickly.
How's this reception tonight so far here in Hobart?
Really, people are very sweet. That was my experience when we were here shooting. And, it's funny. I'm a guest, so you expect me to be polite, but it's beyond that. I really hope it's a special place.
And what was it like working with Sam Neill and Francis O'Connor?
Great. They're both great, and the kids in the film are great, too. Sam I knew because I had worked with him 2 times before, and he's really a great man and a great actor, and he's a lot of fun to be around.
What do you think about a sequel one day? If the Tassie Devil ever gets extinct, you might be able to come back and look for one of them.
I don't think this movie is a sequel movie, but let's enjoy what it is, huh?
Edge Radio 99.3 FM, it is the Brink, Friday the 1st of July 2011, and after months of campaigning, it is with great pleasure that I may now introduce the biggest guest ever to appear right here on Edge Radio in our 8 years on air. She is the 27th and current Prime Minister of Australia. Please welcome to the Brink, Julia Gillard. Prime Minister, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Good morning. I was intending to skydive in, but got a little bit scared at the last moment, so I'm on the phone instead.
Well, look, we can get you to skydive in at a later date. That would be a magnificent entry. I'm sure you've seen the pictures of us skydiving together, Julia.
I have seen the pictures of us skydiving together. I'm worried I look a little bit of a funny colour, but maybe I would if I was skydiving, look a bit green around the gills.
Well, look, we'll try that out next time we have a chat then, and we'll see what colour you really do turn. How does that sound?
I think very, very pale would probably be the answer.
Now, look, I must admit, Prime Minister, that after our campaign to get you on this show, I actually now have an understanding as to what you politicians go through in an election campaign, and you guys really are a strong type of person.
You do have to be a strong type of person, got to have a focus on the nation's future, and got to be able to push through a fair bit of work every day. So I do that, but, getting an occasional moment out out for a bit of fun's a good thing too.
And of course, you mentioned briefly too before about International Julia Gillard Day. Now, we had that a few weeks ago, and I'm telling you now that if the support for International Julia Gillard Day is anything to go by, you will remain Prime Minister for at least the next 10 years.
Well, that's nice to hear. I've, been a bit blown away about having an international day named after me. That's amazing. So thank you for starting that off.
All the best people in the world, Prime Minister, have to have the day named after them. So you just join an elite few that actually have that honour.
That honour in Hobart. Thank you.
Exactly. Now, look, in the short amount of time we do have this morning with you, we're trying to keep things a little bit away from the world of politics. But look, if you were to go back a year ago and, everything that happened with you becoming Prime Minister did not happen, would you maybe sort of go back on things and get out of the world of politics and try and be, remain a lawyer or go and do something like a teacher? That avoid it altogether?
Oh, absolutely not. No, this is a fantastic privilege to be Prime Minister of this country, and it gives you a remarkable opportunity to shape the future and to make sure Australia's a better nation. So I enjoy doing that every day, full of enthusiasm for it.
And look, as I said, keeping things a little bit non-political this morning, your beloved Bulldogs, Prime Minister, they're not doing too well this year. Can they pull things together and make the finals? What do you think?
Well, it has been a tough old period. I'm actually going to be at the Bulldogs later today. They're having a citizenship ceremony. So I'm going to be welcoming some new Australian citizens as well as wishing my Bulldogs well. We've been a little bit in the wars, but you've got to take it a game at a time, keep your focus and see what we can do for the rest of the season.
Do you try and work your schedule around their games? So you're trying to spare a couple of hours every week to actually sit down and watch them play?
It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. I'd love it if it did, but the pressures of work mean I miss a lot of games and don't get to watch them. But when I do get to go, it's fantastic.
And last year there was a game you went to. You're walking off the field, arm in arm basically, with Barry Hall. What were you guys talking about?
Talking about football rather than politics.
That must have been a nice change then.
It was a good change. Got to kiss Barry Hall. What's not to like?
Oh, look, that's something that you put up there, and when the day comes and you retire, that will be in your wallet forever, won't it?
That's right. And I've even got the photo, so I'll have the moment for all time.
Absolutely. Now, look, before we wrap things up, Prime Minister, we're going to ask you a set of 5 questions we do like to ask our guests really quickly. But I just also want to ask, too, given we are a youth station here in Hobart, we have a lot of young, impressionable listeners listening to this right now. If they're trying to work out what they want to do in life when they grow up, would you recommend the role of Prime Minister to them?
I certainly would. If that's your passion, a passion for change, a passion for leadership and shaping our country's future, it's the job for you.
And they can move things forward, can't they?
They certainly can.
Now, we'll wrap it up with a set of 5 questions. It'll be really quick as we realise that you kind of have a country to run, so we can't waste time asking silly little questions to the Prime Minister of Australia. Prime Minister, first question to you. What is your favourite type of cheese?
Oh, favourite type of cheese? I love all sorts of cheese, but I particularly like soft ones like Camemberts and Brie.
So they have the Prime Ministerial approval there?
They do indeed.
All right. Question number 2. Prime Minister Julia Gillard, are you a folder or a scruncher?
I think some things a Prime Minister shouldn't talk about on the radio.
Oh, we can't get a scoop, not at all.
No scoop, sorry.
Oh, no comment. Question number 3. When you were growing up, who was the celebrity crush? Who were the posters on Julia Gillard's wall?
Oh, look, it's so long ago, this is going to be embarrassing, but it was people like David Essex. You probably don't even remember who he was.
He wasn't around when I was young, but I do know who David Essex is, and I'm sure a few of our listeners do.
Yeah, and it was the days, where Skyhooks and, bands like that were ruling the Australian scene. So all of the Australian bands, but give a crush on David Essex.
Oh, I'm sure if he's listening, then, question number 4. When you were also growing up, what was the dream job?
Dream job when I was growing up was being a teacher. That was my first vision of what I wanted to do. And then in my late years in high school, decided I'd try law and was a lawyer for a period of time, but I never quite imagined doing this, what I'm doing now.
Well, I'm telling you now, you were kind of teaching the people of Australia how to move forward, as I said, so you sort of are a teacher, aren't you?
Yeah, some of those skills probably come in handy.
Yeah. And the final question this morning, Julia Gillard, Prime Minister of Australia, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Well, hopefully the dogs go out this weekend full of fight.
And they have a big win over Melbourne tonight. Well, Prime Minister, thank you so much for your time here on the Brink and Edge Radio. Fantastic to have a chat with you. Good luck for the rest of the year, and hopefully we will speak to you again in the not too distant future.
Thank you very much, and thank you for International Julia Gillard Day.
It's very appropriate.
Yeah, I can dance that.
You're going to have this stuck on your head all day, aren't you?
Yep.
Bit of Rod. It's a bit of what's that, sort of remake,
Yeah.
sort of bit dance music. And this is the bit you got to go. Nah, I'm not going to sing. This isn't forget the lyrics. Now, this is a segment that ladies around Hobart have been quivering about. They've been waiting so much to get involved. This is essentially where, Kelly and I, we're loved. We have a significant other that treats us well. Peter, on the other hand, you need someone.
I need someone. So, Grace, if you're still out there, you texted earlier, text us back in.
No, I can't say she has. Now, this is basically the part of the show where we try and sort of update, and we might sort of maybe once a week bring in a potential mate for Peter to converse with, to find out if they match. And then Kelly and I will give a compatibility rating.
Yeah, and just before you go into that, by the way,
mm-hmm.
can I just give some, not legalese, but some conditions of dating?
Sure.
Yes. Must be of legal age.
In Australia.
For drinking, to clarify.
Yes.
Preferably female.
Well, preferably female, but you're open to all options.
Yeah, if you're a good-looking bloke.
We're talking tats and muscles here, man.
Yeah.
Muscles.
And a biker. I mean, come on.
Absolutely. Must have the full goatee and everything.
Yes, and blonde brunette, but I am partial to redheads.
No, look, Peter,
I'm just going to put that out there.
You're kind of answering, you're jumping ahead, you jump in the gun. Kelly and I are the judges here. We are the official adjudicators of this segment. If we think somebody's suitable for you, we'll give them to you. But if not, sorry, then the trash. Right, quick, some questions here. We've got to get people to let you know here. Right, you need a headline. Give me a couple of words that the first thing women will think about Peter. They think of what?
Sexy, confident.
The man you've been looking for.
Yeah, the man you've been looking for.
All right. Your height. Now, would you consider yourself any one of these following? Can you even see the screen? Just go to that microphone there, Peter. Right, how are you going there? Good?
This is professional radio.
It is very professional. This is what the Brink stands for. Right, which one of them will you describe for? I'd put you at about under 152 centimetres.
I'm not that short. Under 160,
body
thank you very much.
type, slim, athletic, average, a bit overweight, large-ish.
Average.
Do my smoking habits?
No, I don't.
Trying to quit. Do you have children?
You're not even listening to me, are you?
Not that you know of.
No.
My personality, very private, average, social. I'd just say short. My hair, auburn. We're getting the ladies excited, right?
Exactly.
We don't need to look all that sort of stuff. No. Now, what are you looking for? What is your age range? Well, that's fine. What height? I'd probably say under 50 centimetres. Is it important if they smoke or not, Peter?
Well, preferably non-smoker.
So trying to quit as well? Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Children, thoughts?
You're
not
about
important. The same height.
Not important.
So yes, having children at home sometimes. Beautiful. Body type?
Slim.
A bit overweight. Personality. What attracts you? What personality of the species that you're looking for?
Very social.
Very social. All right, so we'll just put it, middle to range there. And their relationship status. What would you prefer them to be?
Single, hopefully.
So married. Okay. Now, describe the qualities of your ideal partner.
Hot.
Okay, so semi-attractive. Yes, keep going.
Yeah, semi-attractive. You have to have good-looking friends. I was going to say, that's incredibly...
Well, then you're settled then. If they're friends with us, that's fine. What else do you need to know, really?
We're attractive enough, or you are.
You're very honest with this, aren't you, Pete?
Yeah, well, I have to be. I'm going to be honest.
I don't think we should need that. Right. What else is there that needs to be known about Peter? So, what's your first date? Where would you take?
Well, I'm just going to say I'm paying for starters. If a girl's
free date, Hobart, free date, men, women,
there you go.
Straight here. Can I take that offer up?
No.
Really?
Because you're already taken. I think Louise wouldn't be very happy.
Yeah, she won't mind. She can come along. It can be like
make her threesome.
Peter, that's not what we're looking for here. All right. Now, come on.
Okay.
Candlelit dinner, movie.
No, not movie.
Not movie.
I can give you a dinner and a show, but I'm just not going to tell you what sort of show yet.
Going to give them a show?
Yes.
As in, like, here you go.
Well, no.
Tickets to Temptation and Deal or No Deal, or, you know, Phantom of the Opera, or Pete's Private Palace.
Dinner at Rest Point. There you go.
Well, all right then. He's splurging out there,
Yeah,
ladies. Revolving restaurant, here we come.
If I'm desperate enough to go on the radio looking for a date, I'm desperate enough to pay for it.
Well, you see, Peter, this is what happens when you put your voice out there. All right, because this is the thing, right? If this was television, people could just stare at you and go, "Yeah, he's a bit all right. Yeah, all right, you know, I'd go there." Because it's radio, right? Some people out there might not have access to the internet. They're sort of laying in bed, waking casually up to these lovely voices on their radio, 99.3 FM, and they go by on your voice.
Yes.
So, I mean, is that your selling point?
Probably not.
Probably.
But I reckon, best bet, go to our website, which is, Ben, what's our website?
Our website, Peter, is thebrinkradioshow.com.
Thank you. And look up my profile, my bio, on the website, and find out everything you need to know about
And
me.
if you don't have the internet?
That's
Then just knock on the window and just point and laugh at Pete.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've seen the picture of you in your little Robin outfit, by the way.
Yes.
It's fetching. Well, look, we're going to wrap this up now, Ro, with 5 questions. And look, these are going to be so hard that I don't even know if you'd want to steal these. Question number 1, what is your favourite type of cheese?
It's there's a jalapeno cheese here. It's Monterey pepper, it's called, and it's fantastic, really spicy. I love it.
Do they deep fry it at all?
No, but it's bright orange, which is weird. But then it's got like chopped up bits of jalapeno in it, which is awesome.
Right, well, we'll have to track that one down, put that one on the list. Rove McManus, question number 2, are you a folder or a scruncher?
Oh, I'm a scruncher.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Not enough people are scrunching these days.
No, you need the most amount of surface area between your hand and what you're wiping.
Oh, right. Technical term. I like that, actually. We can use that one as well.
Yeah, that's why if you fold it, there's too much of a chance of things touching that you don't want touching.
Yeah, and that's just a bit awkward. Question number 3. Growing up, Rove McManus, what was your dream job?
Zookeeper.
Zookeeper. You're a big animal fan, aren't you?
Yes, and there's part of me that still kind of would happily go there if I need to.
You're young. You can still manage to do something.
Yeah, it's good to have a trade to fall back on.
Very much so. We've actually got a local musician who comes on this show a lot. He's an avid ornithologist, and most of his music is actually on bird watching. And if you're ever short of guest, Rove, we're happy to fly him over because you'd absolutely love him. I know you're a fan of birds as well.
Absolutely. Music and birds go together perfectly.
Oh, you have no idea how great this guy is.
It's always nice, it's a nice thing to meet.
As I said, we'll put you on your list. Also growing up, who was your celebrity crush? Who were the posters on Rove McManus's wall?
Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, right. Yes.
I had Kingsford Two-Dimensional Redhead.
So you would have loved it when the live-action movie came out a few years back.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting to kind of, the cast, I don't know, there's something about seeing her in the flesh that kind of took something away from it. She was always sort of, back in those days, people used to just stand in the same pose in every cartoon, and it just worked perfectly.
The imagination, I suppose, got shot. Final question for Rove McManus. When it comes to lollies and you like to eat them, do you like to suck on them for a while, save the flavour, or do you like to chew them straight away and crunch them?
No, take them the whole way. I have a lot of friends who, like some kind of confectionery drug dealer, bring bags of cherry ripes here, the little, what they call fun-sized ones. And I don't even bite them in half. I just put the whole thing in there at once.
Oh, you go for it. Well, look, you can steal some of those questions if you get a Barmer on before us, Rove. How about that?
Done.
Beautiful. Well, Rove McManus.
I'll ask the leader of the world, are you a scruncher or a folder?
Oh, look,
That's great.
if Julia Gillard refuses to answer it, I'm sure Barack Obama won't.
Oh, yeah, right. Did she really?
She really. Both Julia and Kevin Rudd refuse, and even Tony Abbott, they all refuse to answer the question, Rove. Am I doing something wrong here?
What's the big scandal to say either way? Oh, because you know what? They're worried that if they say they're a scruncher, all the folders will go, I'm not going to vote for you.
Possibly. Well, there's already a lot of that going on here at the moment.
Don't get me started.
Now, Peter...
Go the Suns.
Before we go... I was going to ruin my
before
segue.
that, sorry.
No, I was going to say before we do our tips, for the first ever time last weekend, you heard this song after a victory. Look, it's just so passionate.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind this song. It's quite good. And I love the fact that after the game, they had to hold up a sign because no one knew the words.
Yeah, and they made it look like they all knew it, and then...
Right at the end,
Pete's standing there with the sign.
And he's got a Facebook fan page. Everyone loves him now. Absolutely. Pete, just get a bit emotional. We'll turn this up a bit for you. I see a tear rolling down his cheek.
Yeah.
Now, you weren't watching it? You weren't aware?
No. I only found out when you told me, Ben.
Oh, and what did you do then?
Oh, I cried then, Ben.
You cried.
I cried all night. I was just so emotional. Just
Hugged a
couldn't believe
meter
it.
maid, put on your Speedos, ran down Surfers Paradise Beach. You wonder, I would love to have seen them cross live to the streets of Surfers Paradise. I even realise if they were playing.
And then no one. Just it's business as usual.
We have an AFL team. What's going on? Isn't that the one where they play with the ball in the grass? Who's that? What? Port Adelaide? Where's that? It's just too concerned.
But a 43-point turnaround.
Well, it was the fact that I got home. I said to Dad, "How's the football going?" "Oh yeah, Port Adelaide about 40 points up. Turned it off." Fair enough. You assume Port Adelaide were going to kick their little butts. 43-point turn. That's brilliant.
I know.
That is esque of legendary teams, Peter.
I also love that Peter used the term 40-point turnaround.
Oh, he's
It was a
learning.
turn-on. It was a turn on.
And hang on. And before we came on air, Peter referred to Gold Coast as "we're doing well." We're playing Essendon this week.
Exactly. I'm learning.
I like
that
it.
turned me on.
Oh,
You're
here we go.
Yeah, so we don't need anyone to text in for RSVP.
No,
We've just got people in the studio.
We've got two cheating people in this room who want to get it on with our co-host. Woo!
Here we go on tour again. Pack all the guitars in the van, overcoming odds that you wouldn't believe, with the beats and melodies hidden up our sleeves. 46 shows across 5 states, 22,000 Ks without touching the brakes, from Tassie up to Queensland and back again. And yes, the road is long, hard and cold, so thank you, Brink Radio. You always support us as we go. Now you've made 300 shows. Ben is the DJ on the dials, flicking switches, making miles. Thank you, Brink Radio. This is your 300th show. Hobart is where it all begins. It's a hometown we get treated like kings. A drummer has a new girlfriend every time we play here. He really needs to learn to share. Played a show with Donovan Frankenreiter. How does it make you feel when he's singing beside you? Pretty relaxed. Let's get the van back on the boat to the mainland. And yes, the road is long, hard and cold, so thank you, Brink Radio. You always support us as we go. Now you've made 300 shows. Ben is a DJ on the dial, flicking switches, making miles. Thank you, Brink Radio. This is your 300th show.
Questions now. Now, look, Sam and I, we love putting the big questions to our guests, and starting off with the biggest question you'll ever answer this morning. Question number 1, Tony Abbott, what is your favourite type of cheese?
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese? It's an acquired taste, blue cheese, isn't it?
It is, but it's beautiful once you've got the taste.
Right, there we go. Sam, question number 2.
Tony, what is your worst habit?
Oh, God. I'd rather not say.
Oh, now come on. I think our listeners want to hear, Tony. Come on.
Look, I have so many. Where do I begin? Reading the newspapers when other people want to talk to me. How's that?
So you're doing it right now, are you?
That's a bad habit. Not the worst one, but it's one that I'm happy to share.
The one that you're most likely to share on radio.
Yeah.
Okay, then I get that one. Well, question number 3. Not sure then if you want to share this one either. Tony Abbott, are you a folder or a scruncher?
A folder or a scruncher of
of toilet paper?
Oh, God. I think I better pass on that one too.
Yeah, I had a feeling you would pass in that one. Julia Gillard and Kevin Rudd also passed. So look, it's one our federal politicians might not like to answer.
Yeah.
Sam, question number 4.
Tony, when you were growing up, who were your heroes? Who did you have on your bedroom wall on posters and so on?
Well, look, I was pretty dull. I wasn't much into posters. I had a lot of books. I read a lot of history, and I hate to say this, but Winston Churchill was a great hero of mine.
That's fine. That's always good to have that. Did you have any celebrity childhood crushes as well, Tony?
I think I often wished I could sing like the Beach Boys, but I don't really think I had a bromance with them.
Maybe one. They're getting back together though, Tony. So maybe you could rekindle that love for them.
Well, look, they'd all be getting on a bit now.
Yes, that's very true.
And look, I suspect that on both sides we're a bit past all that kind of thing.
You can always rekindle that deep down inside from when you were younger, Tony.
No doubt.
The final question then this morning, also when you were growing up, Tony, but what was your dream job?
Well, again, this was a long time ago, but I really wanted to be a long-distance truck driver when I was a little kid.
Wow, there's something that I don't think we've actually had answered on that show. There's something after politics you could do. Well,
funnily enough, just before Christmas, I did get my heavy combination truck driver's license. So I did a few events last year involving trucks, but I didn't have the license to drive them, and I thought I should make sure that if I do any events this year involving trucks, I did have the license to drive them. And in getting that license, I fulfilled a long-cherished childhood dream.
Oh, I like the sound of that. You can rock up to Hobart in a big semi-trailer. How does that sound?
Absolutely right.
I've also been keeping up to date with the beach volleyball, because you want to know why I would be keeping up to date with the beach volleyball?
Why?
Well, because it was brought to my attention during the week that there's an athlete who plays for Germany who's got the best name I think we've ever seen in any sports. His name, and we're not making this up, is Julius Brink.
Oh.
Julius Brink. Now, we have to get this guy on, so we've tracked him down. And he's actually won the gold medal this morning in the beach volleyball.
Wow, he's doing well.
He had a partner, of course, obviously, in the beach volleyball. He couldn't do it by himself. But he's actually joining us in the studio from Germany. I'm very pleased to have this man in the studio. Julius Brink, welcome to Edge Radio. Yes, hello, Ben. Hello. Yes, hello, Tali. Hello, Kim. How are you? How are you doing? Both of you. You look very, very happy and attractive to be at this time of night in the Olympic studio in the media center.
It's a good accent you got there.
Thank you, Kim. Hello. Yes, you are German. No, you're Australian. You have got good accent as well. Hello, Tali.
Whereabouts in Germany are you from?
I'm from the Upper Rhineland region, near the Austrian border. People say I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't see the resemblance, to be honest. I sound like Julius Brink.
Wow, and you've won gold.
I won gold. You want to know why I won gold?
Tell us.
Because we won the match, and my inspiration, that's a very good insight into how we do it. The inspiration for me winning gold is this radio show.
Oh, really?
Because
do you listen to it?
Well, I tell you a story. My name is actually Julius Schumacher, but I listened. Sorry, I got a bit lost. I saw Usain Bolt running around with his flag. You know why I changed my name to Brink? Because I listen. I hear your coverage of Beijing Olympics.
Oh.
Love it. I changed name and think, show number 1. Julius Schumacher become number 1 by changing name to Julius Brink. And it happened. I win gold medal. For you, from the Brink. It may be for Germany on medal tally, but if we could put Brink on medal tally, we would win gold, yeah? Yeah.
It's just, I've never heard an accent like that from Germany.
Well, look, people say, it's a different accent. It's got a mixture of Austria, a bit of Liechtenstein. You've been to Liechtenstein before, Tali?
No, I haven't.
Go there in the winter. It's better than summer.
Oh, okay. That's a good...
Better tulips.
Oh.
Yes, they grow better in the winter. And beach volleyball play in winter in Liechtenstein better than doing anything else in winter.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're quite the advocate for Liechtenstein, considering you're from Germany.
My father is from Liechtenstein.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. He big beach volleyball. You know how I get into beach volleyball?
Was it through your dad?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Because in Liechtenstein they have no beach, so they dream of being on the beach, so they build beach and they play beach volleyball. That's what they do all year round. Play beach volleyball.
I was about to say build beaches.
Yes, no, I'm spitting everywhere in the studio, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm just excited to be on the brink. The namesake of me.
Can you speak in your actual, like, English German, like in actual...
So can I speak German?
Yes.
I'm from Germany. What do you think?
Yeah, but speak German.
You want me to speak German for you?
Not English.
Like right now?
Yes.
Oh, I'm embarrassed. You put me on spot. I am on English radio right now. I need to speak in English. I can't speak in German. Guten Tag. Entschuldigung. Yes, that good enough? You look at me like I'm silly. Why you look at me like I'm silly? You speak German then. Go on.
I don't know how to speak
Tyler, you speak German.
I would have just done the same thing.
You would have?
Have you met Heidi Klum before?
Heidi Klum is my sister.
Oh.
Yes. Did you not know that?
Not at all.
No, I could have changed my name to Klum because I'm an attractive man. But I like you guys better. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Did you know that Germany even good at beach volleyball? I bet you didn't.
No, not at all.
Well, in God, we show you we are good.
Wow.
Yeah? Yeah.
And how are the other members of your team feeling?
Well, my partner, I can't remember his name right now because I'm so excited to be on the brink. But no, he's happy. Yes, he goes back to his small, modest, farm in Cologne, and works on the farm with Hildy and Heidi and all the other German names I can't think of right now. But he does very well with the ladies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how will you celebrate this gold medal?
Well, I come on the brink. I talk to you. I do nothing. I get gold medal and I go do nothing till I come on brink and talk to Tali and Kim and Ben. Ben's gone. Where'd Ben go?
I have no idea. I think he just had to step out for a minute.
Yes, I don't
did
think he
get
likes
very
the Germans.
excited. No, I think he's just overwhelmed that you're here.
Yes,
like
I
your
hear.
namesake.
I know. I hear the only person he likes in Germany is Michael Schumacher, and he won't like any other German.
Oh.
Which is a bit disappointing because I changed my name for him. Kim, you look at me like I'm an idiot. Why you look at me? I got gold medal. Where's your gold medal?
Oh, there's a bit of back
That's
and forth.
nasty.
It is nasty. Oh, I joke. It's a German sense of humor. Do you get it?
No.
We're very good in Germany. List your 5 favorite German comedians. Yes, yeah, no. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Austrian.
No, well, a lot of good Germans are actually from Austria, but we won't get into that right now. Okay. Yes. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How Australia doing on medal tally?
How's Germany doing?
We're better than you at the moment. You can't bring that on me. We won 10 gold medal. You won 6.
You're sounding a bit Asian there.
Well, my other side of my family actually comes from Taiwan, so.
Oh.
Yes, I goes there a bit that way, yeah?
So very Eurasian.
Well, I've got a bit of everything in me. Did you know I have a little bit of Swiss in me?
Do you have the music in you?
That's my album coming out. How'd you know? Yes. No, she's funny, Tali. That's why I changed my name to Brink. Julius Brink. You like the name Julius?
Lovely name.
Julius.
Like of Madagascar.
Yes. See, I'm also part Madagascarian. You know that? She knows everything about me.
I know that.
She got my bio from my manager.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. I went on Wikipedia once. That's true story. That's it. There's nothing more to that. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, Ben's back in the studio right now. Ben, hello. How are you? I'm fine. Thank you, Julius. Have I missed anything? What's going on with Julius? You two are laughing.
Oh, he's very entertaining.
Right.
Very attractive.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Kim. You're very attractive. You married?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Tyler, you married? No, you were with Usain Bolt before. I saw you go into his room. That was pretty good. Ben, are you married? I'll be married to you in a minute if you keep speaking to me like that. I like your accent. Thank you. These ladies laughing at my accent. They say I'm from Asia. They say I'm from Madagascar. Next they say I'm from freaking Taiwan. I don't know. I mean, come on. Yes, all right. Julius, congratulations on your gold medal, and I'm very proud that you changed your name to the Brink. Well, Ben, I did it for you. I was going to change it to Waterworth, but that's not a German name. People in Germany shoot people with the name of Waterworth. Oh, okay then. Thank you for that. Well, I think we're going to have to leave you right now because we have some other athletes who are coming on the show today. But Julius, congratulations on your gold medal, and we will watch your career very well with your last name because it is the best last name we've ever had in the show. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Tali. Thank you, Kim. Say hello to people for me in Australia. Can you do that?
We can.
Okay.
We can indeed.
And I come back 1 week. I come on Brink every week. How does that sound?
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, I like the sound of that, Julius. Thank you very much. Well, he was interesting, and he's just... Oh, I'm still here, Ben. What do you mean here? I'm in the studio. You silly buffoon.
Charles, are you enjoying Hobart? Enjoying Hobart?
Thank you, sir. And rain's a blessing.
It is. Thank you, Charles.
Do you listen to this radio station?
It's radio, right here.
Lovely to see you. Trying to think what to say.
For some reason, he's a very busy man. He's won the Melbourne Cup. I mean, come on. For some reason, I believe he phoned you up, Sam. And
he did?
Straight away, I think it was on Tuesday, and was like, Sam, hi, I'm Brett Preble, won the Melbourne Cup. How you doing? I'd love to come on the Brink this morning, and you've brought him in with you.
He is. He's here. Yeah. Thanks for giving us a call, Brett, and thanks for coming in and having a word to us.
Yeah, g'day fellas. How you going? Yeah, it's great to be here. Actually, I just heard your little beef man there before.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, he used to have a high voice, apparently. I bumped into him on the way out. Huge man.
Mm.
And, apparently he got some stuff and his voice went deeper. Yeah, well, did you know that, I actually used to sound like this?
Right.
Yeah, that's right, but then I got myself a horse called Green Moon. And started taking anti-growth hormones, and suddenly my voice changed a little bit.
Right. So you didn't start eating chicken. I was thinking maybe if, you started eating beef, you sound like this, but if you started eating chicken, you sound like this.
No, tofu, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, fellas. I've been eating tofu and chicken wings, chicken drumsticks, chicken fillets,
chicken niblets. I like
chicken
drumsticks.
niblets. McDonald's chicken works wonders. And, chicken flavoured potato chips, chicken flavoured pumpkin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realise there was such a thing.
Chicken flavoured horse burgers.
Right. So you like to eat what you ride then?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was riding Green Moon the other day. Yeah, she's a good horse. Yeah, she'll run all day, mate. Oh, actually, hang on. Is Green Moon a man horse or a lady horse?
Well, Josh, you're the horse expert on this show. I think it's a man.
It's a horse. That's all I know. I think it's it could be a dude.
We've done our research clearly on this show this morning, Brett.
It could be man horse.
It could, or man horse. I like that.
I do remember Damien Oliver was supposed to be the one who was riding Green Moon, but he was dropped and you took up the job. What happened there?
Oh yeah, Damien Oliver. Yeah, he had a bet or something. But I don't believe all that stuff. I think it's wrong. I just heard that he hasn't been eating enough chicken this month, and they had to chuck him off. He was
heavy.
He was too big. He was too big. Yeah, he was 39 kilos.
Oh, well,
too much.
Fat man.
So you're currently living in Hong Kong, like you're in Australia, obviously, just for the race week, and you come down to Tassie. So what's it like in Hong Kong?
Yeah, well, mate, all the people over there, they're still a lot bigger than I am.
Was that your horse? Was Green Moon in the studio?
I think that was his laugh.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, Brett.
You laughed at my laugh.
Never. One thing, actually, I think you kind of briefly mentioned off air was like a smoke screen kind of effect you have, a bit of a secret that you do have whilst running in races. Do you want to tell listeners about it? And did you implement it during your Melbourne Cup win?
Yeah, I did, mate. No one, I don't think noticed during the race, but... You know, like humans and other animals, horses actually carry a bit of ballast around with them. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I don't. Maybe you should tell me what you do mean.
Josh this morning went out for a few minutes to do a reverse kanga, and horses have got to do that stuff too. So.
What? A reverse kanga?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. That's where you sit on the toilet backwards and do the poo down the front of the toilet.
Oh, Brett. Is this a Hong Kong thing or?
Oh yeah, they love it in Hong Kong, mate. Sorry, mate. I've just had a blubber and I've just got snot running out one of my nostrils.
Brett, it's a pleasure to have you.
Hang on, mate.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm just saying it's a pleasure to have you here.
You want to hear my horse story or not?
Please tell me.
Yeah, she was carrying a bit too much ballast around old Green Moon, and so halfway through the race, I felt her slowing up a bit, so I got my old stick and stuck it straight up her bumhole, and yeah, she got rid of her ballast, mate. Just got her home, just got her over the line.
So
Yeah,
that's why my horse didn't place and I didn't win any money.
Yeah.
You owe me $20.
Too much ballast, mate. Yeah.
So the life of a Melbourne Cup winning jockey. How's your life changed, Brett?
Well, yeah, a lot more interviews and stuff like that, and my next ride's not for a few days yet, so I'm just laying off the chicken for a few days. Yeah, it's great, mate.
It's brilliant. It's good. People recognise you in the street, stop you. You know, girls go crazy.
Well, mate, people tend not to notice me too much, given the money, but knee height or whatever. So not too much has changed there, mate.
That's good to hear. Josh, anything else to add before Brett has to leave?
Only the fact that the people we get in to interview on this show, they're fantastic.
Oh, the reverse. That's going in the Brink dictionary. A show which we have royalty on. We've talked about doing a poo backwards. Only on the Brink.
I think, Sam, while we're moving along here, Rumnick's having a bit of a chat. We're in the heart of the Indian fans. I'm going to move along the line here. People are shaking their head. They don't want to be discussed. Guys, anybody want to come and have a chat? Hello. I'm fine. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks.
That's very good. What's your name?
Sonny.
How are you finding the cricket tonight? This is amazing.
Bloody excellent. It's good.
You guys are going to win tonight, aren't you, I think?
Oh, we will. In 40 overs.
Everybody confident, and I've got some young gentlemen to the left here as well. You found yourself in the middle of the Indian fans. How are you finding this atmosphere?
Absolutely amazing.
We love it! It's safe to assume who everyone is going for around us at the moment. And are you confident they can win it within 40 overs tonight as well? I have to ask a question about Sachin Tendulkar. Were you disappointed to see him go out early?
Yes, we are. We're expecting to make his turn tonight, but unfortunately, that's it.
He's going to get it soon, you've got to say.
He will, but not in Australia.
Is this the last time you think we've seen him in Australia?
Yes, pretty sure.
We love our Indian team, whatever it is.
Yeah, we love it.
Indian team, yeah, absolutely.
Sachin Tendulkar, everyone loves him.
Everybody loves him. I would hate to say if any Indian fan would say he doesn't like him, Sachin Tendulkar. I'm going to move along the line here and come across the back. Anybody around here want to have a chat? G'day, mate. Edge Radio here in Hobart. How are you finding the cricket tonight?
It's going pretty good. We're enjoying pretty much, and I think we'll make a win, and we'll win with a bonus point. Yeah.
Confident. Are you from Hobart, or have you travelled here to see the match tonight?
No, I'm from Hobart, local. Yeah. But we are enjoying the match pretty much.
That's the main thing, and everybody here, we're just over there in the stand and next to a whole bunch of other Indian fans. There's a small crowd, but it's vocal, it's passionate, it's great to see this atmosphere. I've got a guy here on the left, he hasn't stopped clapping, mate. You're loving the cricket tonight, aren't you?
We love, because this is the first time I came in the last 30 years. This is the first time watching a live cricket match in Hobart.
Fantastic. Well, it's good to have this here in Hobart, and it's good to see a bunch of guys who are coming here tonight and enjoying it on a Tuesday night. So enjoy the rest of it, and let's go, India.
Good night. Thank you. India!
Have you tried running out into the middle and having a chat with him?
No, because I'm a low-income earner, and that's a big fine.
Mate, if you were at the rugby the other day, they couldn't stop him for quid, but here there's a bit more security, isn't there?
I've got bad hamstrings. It's not easy, I'll be honest.
Yeah. We'll all chip in. I think if we all chip in $50, get a few people around here as well, just so you can ask him the question.
Sorry. Judging by the crowd numbers, $50 for everyone here won't pay my fine. No one's turned up. Typical Tasmania.
It's a public service thing for Tasmania, though. Where is Punter? And the tops look fair. Is this a last-minute thing, obviously, since he's been dropped? Were you just going to come dressed like this beforehand?
By last minute, yes. We did think of it a few days ago. We're drinking fizzy waters, not alcohol, fizzy waters.
Can we test that for blood alcohol afterwards?
Not ideal, no.
Not ideal?
Right.
Not ideal.
We're a couple of blokes who've got absolutely no artistic talent whatsoever.
I think
we've done quite well.
14 stands for Ricky Ponting, obviously. But do you see our hats? 3.
Yes.
Xavier Doherty, X.
Where's Hilfy's? Where's Hilfy's number?
Hilfy's not a regular bloke in this team, so.
But he's a builder, so we're a bit worried. We're gone the whole Ponting drop, so we get him on the back. Doherty on the hat, and Hilfy's a builder, so we look a bit like builders without tools.
We're talking to everyone here, Sam. This is cricket. This is the atmosphere.
Ben, you know what we didn't see here tonight? Watermelon heads. We didn't see any watermelon heads, did we?
I'm so disappointed. I've been coming to the cricket since I was very young, and every year there's watermelon heads, and there's not one watermelon head here. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it at all, but they're not here.
Hang on. A member of the crowd has just brought to our attention that there is, in fact, a watermelon head here at the cricket, wearing a flanny.
Wearing a flanny. I'm scoping. Where am I scoping? Am I blind?
Straight through there.
I'm staring. I can see there is a watermelon head. Now, do we dare venture? We dare venture. I'm just going to go thank these guys first of all. Fellas, can I just say you guys are legends? Because we've been walking around this ground trying to find it, and you have pointed out...
Give the cricket club a rap.
What cricket club have we got here?
Slab Road.
Slab Road. The Roadies. Brilliant. All right, well, we're just giving a free plug on Edge Radio here this morning, guys. Thank you for that. And we're going to go venture over to this watermelon head and have a chat. Thank you very much. We won't block your way. I'm going to step through the hill here, Sam. Sam's over this way. Am I getting a bit excited here?
I think you are getting a bit excited, Ben. I mean, I've seen watermelon heads in the past, but yes, it's nice to spot one, I have to say.
We've got Forrest in front of us, as in Mr. Century Maker today. I'm just trying to tread over the debris and everything that we're watching here. I'm gonna kneel down here. Excuse me, guys. We're with Edge Radio, and we've been hunting all day to find watermelon heads, and we've found one. Can we please chat to you about the watermelon?
Yeah, you can.
Now, first of all, what's your name, mate?
James.
James. Now, I've always been intrigued with the watermelon and how you go about digging it out and getting it onto your head. Is there a process involved, or is it just simple to dig it all out?
It's the first time I've done it. I just cut the top off it and then dig it out with a spoon. That's all I did, mate.
That's all you did, that easy. And you've got like the goggle sort of look with the nose. It's like a warrior helmet.
Yeah, it was sort of a bit like a Spartan helmet kind of thing, maybe.
Every year we come here, and without fail, there are tons of you guys with watermelon heads. You're the only one here tonight.
Oh, mate, Chris over here's got one too, but yeah, a couple of us.
They're not wearing it though. I mean, come on.
Put your watermelon on.
Put your watermelon on, Chris. That's what you've brought it here for. We've got a beach bowl just going over. You probably would have lost your watermelon there, but you're looking fantastic with it. And you got Sailor here next to you. Now,
Australia.
Captain, well, that's what they used to have, the man with his undies and everything.
Him, yeah.
Yeah, now,
Here every other game that I've come to.
Now, can I ask the question to embarrass you both here on radio? First of all, are you together?
No, we're not.
We're roommates.
We're roommates. What's your name, sorry?
Bonnie.
Bonnie. So, well, Bonnie, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm glad then the kiss cam isn't on you guys, because that would be a bit awkward, wouldn't it? That would be very awkward, I think. So we've got Watermelon Head, Captain Australia. Next up we've got Mr. Classic Catchman. On these do these couches come for free? Do they give them to you at the gate?
We're surprised. Yeah, they're free. It's good.
Brilliant. Well, it looks like you guys are having a fun day here at the cricket. Do you think the Aussies are going to win this?
A couple more wickets and that'll be good, but no, it's going to be a good day.
Brilliant. Well, we're glad we found you. We're excited. We've got Mr. Forrest here in front of us. Give us away, Forrest! No, all right. It didn't work.
He's over that now.
He's over it. All right, we're a bit too late. Thanks very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Never thought I would say this as we're walking up on the hill, but Samuel McCrossan just broke a ground cricket rule. He hit a beach ball. Sam, you're ejected. Where's Sergeant Porcupine?
Man, I feel so good right now. In all my years of going to the cricket, that's the first time I've got my hands on the beach ball. I never get it.
We got our hands on watermelon heads and a beach ball.
Man, I just got my hands on the beach ball. That's what I'm proud of. Man, I'm stoked. Finally.
Stoked. Samuel McCrossan is going to go home tonight and they're going to be asked the question, what did you enjoy most about the cricket? Was it the fact that Australia came through for a brilliant victory? No. What was your number one moment of tonight?
No way. I got my hands on the beach ball. 7 runs off 5 balls. Can they do it?
The wind is picking up now. You can see the shirts of Afridi there just blowing in the gusts as Ola Shah faces Afridi, who advances down. It's going to go towards the gap. It's out towards extra cover, but it's fielded. They look for 2, but no, they don't. They get a single, beautifully fielded. And again, a few more inches to the left there, a bit more power. That would have been 4. 6 now off 4 deliveries required. We saw it against the Thunder the other week, a 6 to win the match, but a lot more at stake here this evening. Afridi getting that pasta dish out of his hair and doing whatever he needs to do to try and secure this match for his Renegades. As Phil Jakes faces, and he's tried to swing and it's a dot ball. That is a brilliant delivery by Afridi, who looks at the umpire. There's no decision there in regards to no ball or anything, so a very, very, very important dot ball by Afridi. Jakes, if he had got that, just looks like he hit his glove, hit his pad, hit everything except his bat.
and 6 required now off 3 as the crowd extremely excited. Afridi to Jakes, who once again has a pad. They're going to get a quick single off there, and again inches would have gotten a hold of that and it would have been over the rope, but 5 now off 2. Sam, this is good bowling by Afridi.
It's an absolute nail-biter, Ben, and yes, very good bowling by Afridi. The equation now, 5 runs required off 2 balls, and the crowd here just on the edge of their seat. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm overwhelmed. I've got to retire. I'm sorry.
And you're also on Edge Radio as well as Afridi now to Awar Shah. What can he do? He advances down the wicket. He can't get a hold of it. I think he's got the boundary. It has! Scores a level at Bellreeve Oval. Fantastic shot by Awar Shah. He just clipped that over between third man and deep fine leg. The crowd are absolutely exhilarated. That will secure an extra. I think they go to Super Sixes or some form of tie-breaking procedure as is. Scores are level, so a single is required. The field are coming in. Look at this. You think it's a Justin Bieber book signing out there in the middle. They're getting that close to the middle, and it's all up to Awar Shah, the man from England. Everybody has come here to try and see the Hurricanes secure a home final, Sam. And, well, it scores a level here, but what will happen on this bowl?
Yes, and just to note, Ben, that Awar Shah is actually on 49 off 30 deliveries, so if he can get a run here and win the match for the Hurricanes, he'll actually bring up his 50 also.
So much at stake here as Afridi. What can he do? There's so many players around him at the moment. If this was in Pakistan, I reckon he'd be nervous, but it's Hobart. And Awar Shah looks around, he looks for the gap. I think he's found where he wants to hit it. The final ball of the over and the match. He comes in, it's a wide! It is a wide! What was he thinking? That was absolutely disgusting by Afridi. We were talking before about match fixing. Samuel McCrossan, I'm not going to say anything, but a wide brings the Hurricanes the victory. The hands are shaken. Unfortunately, Awar Shah will not get his half century, but it doesn't matter. The Hobart Hurricanes have booked a home final, whether or not they're first or second. What a match. What a way to end this game, Sam.
Yes, yes, yes! Oh, just love Awar Shah. Brilliant. Woo-hoo-hoo.
I think you would be mistaken to see if Samuel McCrossan is playing for the Hobart Hurricanes at the moment. But what an incredible end to this match. That is it. Hobart Hurricanes have won by 7 wickets in the end, and a brilliant performance to secure it all. And the Hobart Hurricanes scored in the end 3 for 174, winning it with a wide.
I've actually had people say, gosh, you won't believe I'm playing golf with Maxie Walker. And then I'll go on and do the Max Walker welcome back 2 for 2 and all of that stuff, and then they'll say it's the worst impersonation of Max Walker I've ever heard in my life, and I'm just talking to these guys, so I'm going to be interested in how you go here. This is heavy duty DNA. Is it the real thing or not?
Oh, it's funny.
Well, we should bring him on now. Fake Max Walker, welcome to the show. Yes, welcome back to the Brink, everybody. Max Walker, it's very nice to meet you.
It is, yeah, Maxie. It's lovely to be here in your presence.
Yes, and you enjoying that coffee there, Max?
Oh, it's yes, the tide's still in at this stage, so we got 5/8 to go.
Yes, and do you think that, Max, that I actually make a convincing impersonation of Max Walker?
I think I need to hear your kidneys rattle a bit more. You're nearly there. I mean, you're somewhere around about the bottom rib at the moment, but if you can get those kidneys running around, and then when you really go guttural deep, it's about ankles.
Yes, a bit deeper. Yes, a bit deeper, do you think, Max?
Yeah, but you've got to use some other words as well as just yes.
Well, actually, Max, my Max doesn't say much more than yes.
You see, well, yeah, amazing. You give yourself another 20 years of doing this and you'll be, the whole paragraphs will just tumble out.
So, Max, given that you're talking about your own Max Walker impersonations, can you give us one?
Yeah, I think there's a big crowd in today. Thank you very much, Richie. We've got a little wind shift across Joel Garner. There he is. Huge, massive man. Right arm over, not quite left ear hole, but the bounce. Look at the bounce. Oh, he's got him. Thank you very much.
Very, very good. That's better than I could ever do, Max. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Can you give us a big, long yes?
Yes. Maybe not too much of that attention seeking.
Well, no, it's funny. Sometimes you just have to have a good laugh about things. And I did say this morning, gee, it'd be great to have a dictatorship. I'm only joking.
No, hang on a minute. I think the Mercury have got that
democracy.
quote straight away. I've just looked on the Mercury website. Lara Giddings wants a democracy. Comments. You've done something wrong. It's funny actually to think that if the Mercury are listening, hello guys, they're a great paper. That they would probably take that comment, because I love how they do that. It's funny. It reminds me of when you see reviews for movies when they say coming out, here's this great movie, and they've got a quote. It will say brilliant movie. The review has probably written, this could have been a brilliant movie. Do you pick up a paper sometimes and go, now hang on a minute, that is not exactly what I said?
Oh, absolutely. That does happen. Or sometimes I even look at the paper and think, is that what I said? Oh, Lara, your English was appalling.
maybe
both ways.
You got to always do the replay tapes and just go back to word for word what you said. I think what all politicians should do, particularly the Premier, because you've got the power, Lara, start your own paper. Just make it called, instead of called the Mercury, call it the Giddings, the Giddings Report.
I do. The Giddings Gazette goes out into Franklin.
But turn it into like a statewide paper and just, buy Mercury, the Giddings
That's
Gazette.
part of the dictatorship.
Yep, the dictatorship.
Yeah, when that happens.
I've always been intrigued that one day, I know the Republic debate and everything. I'm for a Tasmanian Republic, Lara. So look, if we form a republic, you could make it a dictatorship, but a good one.
Yes, of course. They always start out good, Ben. Always.
30 years' time, the oppressed people of Tasmania. Please, may I have some more? But get in early then before somebody else. I'm not going to start bagging out your rivals today, Lara. We're here to talk non-politics, of course, but get in before somebody else does.
With a newspaper.
Oh, and the dictatorship.
And the dictatorship, yes. Problem is, I'd have to start having children now. Hand the dynasty on.
We had Mark Shelton on last week, and I'm just a bit worried. He looked a bit sketchy that he wants to get this dictatorship up and running. So,
wow. There's a bit of competition coming from my left, or from my right.
Shelton
land.
Really.
Sheltonland. That sounds not so bad, doesn't it?
What does Doug have to say about some of these videos and everything else relating to the rug? Does anything, other topics come up besides the damn rug on his head?
Look, I think Doug's a classic case of the best form of defence is attack. So you bring something up and Doug's all over it already. So it kind of dampers your strategies at times. But there's nothing taboo with Doug, and the rug obviously. He was, I think, famously had a champagne bottle of Bollinger when he first got it. I think he just got engaged as well, or might have even been married. But look, KFC hotspot. There's a couple of videos there from the Chennai guys when he's over in the IPL trying to pull his rug off. So, look, I think there's a few people in world cricket that have actually had some rug action, but maybe we need to just get hotspot out and just scan around the field on a hot day and see who's actually had some work done and who hasn't. There's I'm one of the players. My troops are starting in March. I've got some forward pockets in the front of the hair there, but look, I haven't been around to that yet. But Dougie's definitely a great character for us. And look, he's going to embrace Doug the Rug. I think that you could really dig up some dirt, and he'll fully embrace it.
We have to. We're going to start something with the People's Rug. Perhaps tomorrow night we'll get people to bring some signs along to the to Blunston Arena. Perhaps maybe if he gets a couple of wickets tomorrow night, you can try what the Chennai boys did and try and pull it off. How does that sound? Really go for the real rip of it off.
That's your task.
That's your task tomorrow, Evan.
Done.
We're going to watch out for it. We really will, because we tend to notice the bum gropes, because I think that really kind of spurs the boys on a little bit. But with Doug, really, it would be the hair grope, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I think the bum tap is just a standard blokey thing to do. But the rug, I haven't really thought about the rug too much. I think it'll be interesting to see. Maybe we could give Gobbler a task between such and such over, just to pull his hair so everyone's aware that.
Just even if he doesn't get a wicket, maybe that's kind of that really pumps up Dougie. Just go up to him at some point. Just go, come on, Dougie, go for it.
It could work. I think we go for the bum tap a little bit more with guys like Payne in the team. They don't like their hair touched too much. I think definitely with Doug we can.
He does
we
a
can
lot
get
of
around
squats
it.
as well. He's a little self-indulged when it comes to his body.
Well, we're going to be looking out for it tomorrow night. Given that we can't really do the commentary, Sam and I are going to be sitting there with the tally board, and we're going to go, okay, that was at least 3 bum gropes, but 5 rug gropes. Rug. Does that sound appropriate?
Yeah, it's appropriate. I'd like to know the stats on how many bum touches a lot of the boys do.
Okay.
If you come up with some sort of hardball gets running around the outside, if we put it into football terminology, I think I'd be quite surprised to see the numbers and
We
the
could do
stats.
the analysis of that. Sam, we've
get
got
a
footage.
heat map of where the bum taps are happening.
Yeah,
whether
the
they
hot
are going
spots.
around the outside.
Really?
Yeah.
You can probably get Lucy down there to help you out as well.
Yeah,
It should be
can
quite
help
good.
you
You can go train with Ricky today, perhaps.
we work with the ABS. I'm sure we can.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get the
output some
statistics
stats on
up. That'd be great.
Yep.
No
Look
worries.
at,
And
look
we'll
at
make
this.
sure that Ricky's involved as well, so that there's some sort of stimulation there
Does-
for you.
Oh, yeah.
Does having former Australian Test captains help with inspirational bum gropes? I'm sure he's been around the world and provided some great bum gropes over his Test career.
Oh, surely he would have seen the best and the worst of them, so it's always going to be handy.
He's always good at critiquing people's techniques, so maybe we could bring that up with him today. And
he said he wants to be a coach, so
well, he could probably
bum grope coach
the bum tap.
Yeah, there you go. Well, maybe tomorrow night post-match that when we're in the field, whoever we're chatting to, I'm sure one of you guys is going to be mad at the match tomorrow, so we'll be chatting to you, no doubt, after the game. That will be the first question we ask. How did the bum grope and the rug gropes go?
Yep.
Be prepared for
Sounds good.
the strong question. Have you ever actually gone onto a bus and sung Backseat Bogan?
No, but that sounds pretty good.
Do it.
That'd be a good film clip.
Hey, how would you could
Like
all
a
be on a
Renegade
bus,
style.
like going backseat,
Yeah.
backseat, back, and then you could,
We'd have to kind of film it guerrilla style on the metro bus.
No, actually, it's really funny. It comes up on my iTunes every now and then, so I've just got my shuffle going on, every day I'm shuffling on iTunes. Thank you.
Songs from Glee.
Hey, I've got all the songs, thank you. And, it will come up with Don't Stop Believing by Glee, and then all of a sudden Fatty Esther and Backseat Boat. It's a brilliant mix.
Eclectic.
We've actually re-recorded a lot of our songs, which we hope to get out soon. So
Well,
you
you
should
can-
delete that demo.
You can bring them in, and we will play them, of course, on Edge. Any other songs besides, but like, what are some of the other titles? And have you been working on some new songs since you were last on?
Yeah, we've actually got a song about our hometown Snug.
Really? Is it called Snug as a Bug in a Rug?
No, it's not really a happy song. It's
Snug life.
It's called Blazes of Fire, and it's about the 67 bushfire.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an emotional tribute song.
Yeah, it's got a bit of rapping in it.
Really?
A bit of rapping.
Who raps?
Zach.
Oh,
the
why
singer,
can't
guitar.
you rap?
You said that so aggressive. Who raps? Who's my competition? What's going on?
Zach.
How many chains does he wear? What?
Is he better than Better Beers for Ben? Well, I want to hear it,
We haven't recorded that one, but I think there might be a live version out there somewhere.
Oh, look at this, Tarly.
Live version.
'Cause I really like, if you back up to what Tarly said, Snug Life.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm going to pop some snugs. And what is popping snug?
You could be like, oh my goodness, I've seen the vision. You're welcome. So you guys are in Snug, in your Snug life, wearing
Yep.
Snuggies.
Oh.
Like,
There we go.
Juniors.
I'm going to move to Snug.
Do it.
And I'm going to, with both residents, and I'm going to wear Snuggies, and I'm going to call a band the Snuggies.
No, the Snug life.
But like, why isn't there a band from Snug called the Snuggies?
You wouldn't survive 5 minutes in Snug.
That's why the Snug life it's more like, it's obviously classier. And then you just feature Snuggies.
Lower Snug life.
And then that's the posh side of things. That's like, the rich side of town.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm always intrigued about Snug because this is something that comes up a lot in Survivor Oz. We love talking about Snug.
Yeah.
Sounds cozy, doesn't
Well,
it?
is there actually a history, like, where the name come from? Like, some explorer literally go a bit south and go, oh, it's quite snug here. Hey, Snug.
I'm sure there's some sort of story about it.
Where is it?
Maybe that's where. Maybe that's where Snuggies originated.
It's, where Kingston is?
Yeah.
And where Huonville is? It's
Yeah.
like on the way. Near Margate, isn't it?
Do you know where Bruny Island is?
Yes.
It's a Passover town to Bruny Island.
Poor Snug. Maybe that's why it's called Snug, because it's nestled in between the other places that I know of.
It's just, I think, one of the best names for a town, and up there with Eggs and Bacon Bay. Like, is that not the... Have you been to Eggs and Bacon Bay?
I haven't, but I don't want to go there because then I just want eggs and bacon.
Well, it's like if you're wearing a Snuggie in Snug and having
Yep.
Eggs and Bacon in Eggs and Bacon Bay.
What are you going to do in Blackman's Bay? Your logic, you don't think things through.
I so want to say something right now, but I would get this show cancelled in 5 seconds. final one I'll ask before I quickly wrap it up with our 5 questions. Rita Armston asks, what was it like to play a Terminator on Sarah Connor Chronicles, and any chance we can see you in a Terminator reboot alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger?
You know, it was absolutely amazing to do that show, and I had the time of my life, and I was really gutted when they cancelled it in the end, and we didn't get into a third series, but I would love to do more sci-fi. I mean, I've gotten really bitten by that bug, and I have been asked to audition for other projects, and but none that have come along that have really excited me as yet, but if something came along that really captured my imagination like the Sarah Connor Chronicles did, I would definitely do it again.
We'll do something sci-fi in Australia, Shirley, and get you out here just for that.
I would love that. Find me a job.
Yes, exactly. Now, 5 questions. We ask every question really quickly to wrap it up. I'll have to explain one of these because it was based on an Australian advertising campaign. Question number 1, Shirley Manson, what is your favourite type of cheese?
God, my favourite kind of cheese.
Jarlsberg, yes, it's a classic, and a lot of people have been asked. We're a cheesy show, Shirley. We like to ask that question. Question number 2. Now, we had an advertising campaign in this country a few years back where basically a toilet paper company asked whether you folded or scrunched when you went to the bathroom. So, Shirley Manson, do you fold or do you scrunch?
I think I fold. Fold-ish. Kind of a mix.
There's scrollings.
Mixed bag.
We've worked out this.
There's folding and scrunching.
Yeah, it's like a mix in the middle. So yeah, that works.
Yeah.
It's like the third option.
Folding and scrunching.
Yep, it works. Question number 3. Growing up, what was your dream job?
Well, there was a couple of things I wanted to be. I wanted to be a journalist, and I wanted to be an astronaut.
Wow.
And a ballerina. Actually, I wanted to be a ballerina. That was probably my dream job, actually.
So there's a sci-fi movie in there, an astronaut, journalist, ballerina.
There you go.
Saves the world. Question number 4. Also growing up, who was your childhood celebrity crush?
John McEnroe.
Right. Okay, then. You didn't even think about that one. You said that straight away.
I didn't need to. I had scrapbooks filled with John McEnroe's whole life and history. It was really sick and quite super weird.
I love it when people don't hesitate and they just bang straight into the answer. Final question today. Shirley Manson, what is your worst habit?
My worst habit? Worrying.
Worrying, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, worrying.
Yeah, that would be probably my worst habit.
It's an interesting one to have, and I'm sure you right now that I've got no more questions to make you worry about, Shirley. Guys, as I said, we wrap up with a set of 5 questions. So these are just a bit of fun for a very fun interview, and I'm very much looking forward to your answers for these ones. I'll alternate between you. I'll start with Chris. You can answer the first question first. What is your favourite type of cheese?
Cheese stick. The cheese stick in Dolce Gorgonzola form, not that shitty craft stuff.
Right, that's fancy cheese stick.
It's fancy cheese stick. You can't buy them. No. I just have to make them myself. No, I've written to Kraft and asked, where's the Gorgonzola Dolce cheese stick? They won't do it, but so I've had to make them myself.
Oh, well, look, there you go. Andrew, what about you? What's your favourite type of cheese?
Andre Rieu.
Very underrated cheese, I feel.
Very aged. A popular one.
Yeah, very popular. He'll play you all day.
Aged and mild.
Yes. Question number 2, guys. When it comes to toilet paper, are you folders or scrunchers?
Well, that assumes we use toilet paper at all.
Well, that's very true. We've already talked about poo, and, we're just assuming.
I like to fold. Just while I'm on the toilet, I don't use it, but I just, as a habit, a sort of nervous habit, while I'm on the throne doing my business, I just fold the entire roll and then set it aside.
Right.
But yeah, I don't actually use paper for actual wiping or anything like that.
Okay, there you go. There's a secret that a lot of us have learnt today. Andrew, what about you?
Oh, look, I'm very cautious when it comes to that. I use one entire roll per wipe. I don't even unravel it. You just want to make sure that, I've got enough there.
Right, okay then. You buy a 9-pack every week then?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yep, all right. Question number 3, guys. Growing up, we'll start with Andrew this time. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Oh, Rolf Harris, and that really backfired on me.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, that's a bit awkward now.
Yeah. You only make that mistake once.
Yes, as a lot of other people did. Chris, your childhood celebrity crush?
No, that wasn't Chris. He jumped the gun because.
Oh, you both? Oh, right. Okay, right. Role. There you go. Sorry, Andrew. They're yours.
Now that he's done that, mine is the. I can't beat that answer. So
right.
We'll have to move to the next question. I mean, that's. I'm not going to exceed that.
Not touching that one. Question number 4. Also growing up, what was your dream job?
Mine was to have a job as a billionaire.
A billionaire.
I just wanted to be, a total billionaire who just didn't have to do anything ever.
Yep.
That's my dream job.
Yes.
Is that a job you can apply for?
Well, ask Bill Gates.
I wonder if that was like Clive Palmer's dream as a kid. He's like in the sandpit at school, like when he was building like models of the Titanic in the sandpit. He goes, one day I'm going to be a billionaire. I got to do the job that I wanted to do, which was serve at Baker's Delight. Because I always just thought if you had that sort of access to amazing, delicious treats all day, that'd be a dream job. And I finally, like when I was at uni, I finally got to apply, and I got a job at Baker's Delight, and I lasted one day because I'd eaten so many of the free samples that they leave out on top that they said, "Sir, I don't think this is working out. Can you please leave?"
Oh, wow.
So I got to do it. But I got to do it.
That's
so
good.
I was happy. My ambition had been met.
That's good for the kids listening. Did you get promoted? Did you at least get to draw writing in the flower and make those ads that you guys did on the show for a while? Or?
I was there for like 8 hours. No, I just ate for the whole time.
Okay, that's like day 2. They teach you on that, perhaps.
Yeah,
The final question for you today, guys. What is your worst habit? And either of you can jump in with that answer.
Yeah, murder.
Murder.
It's a terrible, terrible habit of just murdering people. It's a really bad habit. I can't get out of it, but it's just sort of addictive, and I'm finding it hard to shake.
Yes.
That's nothing. That's nothing. I've got this shocking genocide habit, but it's a nervous habit. It's only when I drink. Like it's a social. I'm a social genocide person. Like I don't do it all the day, but I know I should quit and give up. I'm trying to quit, and I wear these patches. There's these anti-genocide patches you can get, but they're not doing the trick. It's really hard to fight this one. But I guess that would be the most annoying one I have.
Genocide Anonymous or something like that.
The number of races he's gone through, it's just, it's a real nuisance.
Well, I think there's another topic for another show.
Although I do get fan mail from Andrew Bolt, who's grateful that I've removed some of them. So, it swings and roundabouts.
It's working slightly. Sarge, welcome back.
Right. Sorry, what's your name again?
My name is Alfred Beterheisen.
Oh, sorry, Alfred. I think I've come into the wrong room. I'll see you.
No, I think you're fine, Sarge. My name is Ben. You do know that.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
I've met you before, have I?
Plenty of times. I have been in your dungeon.
Right, okay.
Yes, it's a nice dungeon, by the way. You've definitely upped the upholstery of it. You've made sure that you have kept it up to date and fashionable to be up with the kiddies these days. So good on you.
Oh, well, good morning.
Yes, it is a good morning. How's the week been, Sarge? What have you been up to? You been kept busy this week?
Oh, well, yes, quite busy, actually.
Yes?
Yes, but, just chipping away, you know how it is.
Yeah, just, chipping away. Is that your code for arresting people, is it, or?
I have done a few arrests this week, Ben.
Such as who? Who has been arrested by the Sarge?
Yes, well, a few people, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's just some people that really annoy me, Ben.
Mm-hmm. Who annoys you, Sarge?
Oh, like Bono.
Have
you heard of him?
I believe he's a singer of a little band called U2.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong with Bono? What has Bono done?
Oh, I don't know. He's just a bit,
Pussy?
you know what I mean.
A bit preachy.
Like, if he was a thing, it'd be like plasticine,
Why? Because he's easily shaped and moulded and little children like to eat him?
Yeah. So I've arrested him under the Get a Backbone Act.
Get a backbone?
Oh, actually, he's not that bad, but, you know what I mean.
He stands up for a lot, old Bono. Maybe he needs to change his sunglasses.
Yeah, it might be the sunglasses, actually.
Yeah.
Well, they're even sunglasses, Ben.
I think they're just called Bono glasses.
They're like purple things, aren't they?
Possibly. He's had a bike crash, though, so he's injured at the moment. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Poor Bono. Poor Bono.
What am I here for? What do you want to ask me some questions or something, do you?
You don't sound very happy, Sarge. Are you not happy with me or something?
No, I'm always in a mood like that. Like this. I'm actually feeling pretty positive today, actually. Why, what are you trying to start something, pal? Huh?
Never. I have to ask you, since we haven't had you on in a couple of weeks,
the election. Now, look, it's happening. It's happening tomorrow. We've had candidates, guests here on the show. Not really meant to talk about it too much on the show today because of the blackout. But look, just your thoughts on how it's going to go and your thoughts on the campaign. Are you sick of politics? I mean, what's going on, Sarge?
No, of course I'm not sick of it, Ben. I'm a politician myself. Don't you remember my political party? I do. Yeah, well, actually, it's just like having a sabbatical at the moment, But no, of course not. I don't know who's going to win the election, Ben, but I think it will be the Liberals. Why? Is that a problem?
No problem at all. I'm just getting your thoughts. You were quite interesting the other week when we had you on, and you were in the studio with the Greens member or candidate, of course. You seemed to quiet up a little bit there, Sarge. You didn't want to toe-to-toe with her. I know you don't like the Greens. What happened there?
No, well, I was just being polite, Ben. You're not polite. I'm always polite, thank you. But yeah, look, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
You don't really care at the moment because you're not in it?
No, that's right. Who's the bloke that's going in it? The bloke.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, like he's a big guy. He's yellow, and he's making a boat.
That would be Clive Palmer.
Ah, yeah, that's him, Clive. What's his policies, Ben? What does he do?
Free Titanics for everybody.
Oh, really? Yeah. Freebies, eh?
Yeah, well, he actually likes to send out DVDs to the voters. I don't know if you got a DVD in the mail. So, look, all the policies are on that, apparently.
Oh, really? Yes, actually, I think I got one of those. I skipped through most of it. It was a bit boring. I just watched the Titanic 2 bit at the end.
Did you tickle your fancy, make you want to vote and get a Titanic down here in Tassie?
Well, I wouldn't mind going on a boat like that, Ben. What do you reckon?
Oh, well, as long as it sees clears of icebergs, Sarge, I'd be happy.
Well, yes. Well, yeah, so I pooped my pants yesterday.
Well, that's great to know, Sarge. Why did you not go to the bathroom?
Oh, look, accidents happen, Ben.
Well, you could say that with the stuff that comes out of your bottom. And you felt the need to come here and share that with us this morning on the show, did you?
Yeah, it's a good word, that share. Yeah, I'd like to share that with you for sure. I'm very upset this week.
Why, Sarge? What's been upsetting you?
Oh, there's too many idiots, idiots.
Idiots?
Yeah.
What? Who's a particular idiot this week?
Well, no one in particular, just people in general.
People in general. You just want to arrest people this week?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Can I make some suggestions?
Yes, yes. By all means, please go ahead.
Have you had any complaints about James Hird, perhaps to arrest him?
James Hird?
Yes.
I haven't heard of him.
Well,
who's he?
He likes to talk about himself a lot and think about himself a lot, so clearly it's all about him. It's not about anybody else, it's about him. So I believe there's an act of I'm a Selfish Idiot Act of 1963 that you could possibly arrest him under.
Hird, all right. How do I spell that?
H-I-R-D.
H-E-A-R-D.
No, you haven't heard that correctly, Sarge. It's H-I-R-D.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Yes, well, yes, all right, let's arrest him then.
Okay. And
that's good.
What about Josh Thomas?
Oh, yes, okay, now you're getting me fired up, Ben.
You mean yes?
Yes. Well, what would you like to do about Josh Thomas?
You actually really sound like him. That's scary.
Should arrest him for the Indecipherable Accent Act of 1973.
And like swimming in a shark tank. Like, what the hell is with that ad? That is the stupidest ad ever.
Yes, exactly, Ben. Yes, he's offensive.
Yes, and him being on Q&A, offensive.
Q&A, all right, what's that?
It's a show where you ask questions and they're answered.
Oh, right, okay. Well, isn't that what we're doing now?
I think his appearance on Q&A might be the only genuinely cool thing he's ever done, where he called out that...
Bobcatter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Bobcatter.
I have a thing about getting somebody on a show like Q&A and you get a, quote, comedian on there just because they've had experiences in that. I reckon there was a whole wide net you could have cast further to get someone out there who just also happens to have a show on the ABC as well. Like
ABC 2.
Coincidence?
Returning this year.
Yes. Yeah, so Sarge, yes, please arrest him.
Yes, well, all right, I'll arrest him.
Side of the fence by Dave Ravies. You're on the Brink on Edge Radio 99.3 FM, where the time is 12 minutes to 9. The time has absolutely flown by on the Brink, as it does when Mr. Ben Waterworth is in the chair, and he'll be back tomorrow hosting the Brink. Now, we have in the studio Rosie, our film and television reviewer. Now, Rosie, we talked about gender stereotypes, and off air we were talking a little bit about Gone Girl. There's a point you want to make.
I don't think your mic's on.
There's a point you want to make. Thank you. Yes, that's one of the all-time mistakes.
So it looks like you're through typing now.
I am. I've written something there, and look. Feel free to.
I just now noticed that you left the F out of the FM.
I did. So look.
99.3 M. I thought that was just an Australian thing.
Yeah, we're different here. We don't care about the F in Australia.
We'll leave the F's out of there. We don't care. We only have FM. We just have M. Because ever since the Wiggles came out. We just decided to drop the M altogether.
You haven't even added a crikey in there. I'm proud.
That's because that's not the way you talk down there. I've got friends that are Australian.
I've never ever heard an Australian that isn't Steve Irwin utter the word crikey. So.
And I've never heard anybody down there say anything about shrimps and barbies.
Yes, we don't even call them shrimps.
Other than the Barbie dolls that you can buy.
We don't even call them shrimps. We call them prawns down here.
Just throwing that prawn on the Barbie. Of course you call them prawns. Doesn't anybody watch District 9? Of course they're prawns.
Exactly. Come on.
Let me read this thing for you. Tune in to the Brink on the Edge. Make sure I read this right. Tune in to the Brink on the Edge Radio. Well, your script is very terribly written.
It is.
Tune in to the Brink on Edge Radio 99.3 FM, weekday mornings from 7 to 9 a.m. It's the most epic breakfast radio show in all of Hobart. John Paley approves this message. Beams. That will require some editing on your part, but at least you have.
Oh, look, you mentioned before you were editing. That's pretty much the story of my life as well. So,
continuing on here at Sexpo, and I have found the two stars of Sexpo.
Beautiful stars.
The beautiful ladies of none other than Angela White and Scarlett Morgan. Ladies, thank you very much for your time here. How are you enjoying Hobart?
I'm loving it so far. It's actually really, really pretty.
Is your first time to Hobart for both of you?
It's my first time as well, yeah. It's amazing here.
First time, Angela, as well?
Absolutely, first time ever.
Now, Sexpo obviously is fantastic. I've been here for about 2 hours, and I will say this is the favouriteest place I've ever been to in my entire life. We don't want to leave. We're going to stay here. Do you find that a lot of people who come here for the first time have the similar feelings and sort of that they're really opening their eyes to a wide variety of acts and entertainment here?
Yeah, I mean, Sexpo really is an eye-opener for a lot of people. There are Sexpo is a very welcoming environment, both for couples and for women, and obviously men have felt comfortable with adult entertainment for quite some time, but a lot of people are coming in here and seeing sex toys for the first time, and it's in an environment where there are educated people here to explain to them how to use the toys, how to get the best out of them. Obviously there's stage shows that are very titillating. I'm not sure if... I heard there's a strip club in Hobart. Is that true?
There is. We have the men's gallery, which is... it's as close as what adult entertainment we have in this city, really, but...
Probably not up to your standards. I think if you went in there, you'd wow them all.
Yes, you'd look and go, what the hell is this? But we'll go with it.
It'd be like new troops. They've never seen half the stuff, and it's probably just not as amazing as what I'm really hoping that Sexpo sort of will mark a point in Hobart where we'll start going up in adult entertainment around here.
I noticed actually, Andrew, on your Twitter you were looking at potentially going to Mona. Have you had a chance to go out there at all? Or Scarlett, have you either gotten out there?
I went out to Mona yesterday, and can I just say that place is breathtaking. I had the best time. I want to go back before I leave and spend another few hours looking around.
Are you going to head out there at all, Angela? Or?
I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance. I would really like to take the time, but I'm only here till Sunday night, so I'm going to do my best. But my first priority is just meeting the people of Hobart here, taking some photos with them, showing them what Sexpo is all about, which is it's all about fun, health, sexuality. And if I get a chance to go to Mona, that would be awesome as well.
It's always going to be here, so if you don't get a chance this time, definitely come back then.
I'll definitely come back.
Now, we're going to let you get back to some photos in a second because we've got some people getting ready here. But just quickly, Scarlett, obviously yourself, Penthouse Pet, all going very well for you at the moment. You've got a very loyal Twitter following, I've noticed, and Facebook as well. Are you hoping to meet some of them here across the weekend?
Oh, I'm really excited. I've already met Morgan here, who's just wonderful. We chat all the time on Twitter, but there's so many people that are just coming in, and I just love them all. I love them.
And Angela, for you as well, obviously the career's really blossoming at the moment. You've got your own website, which is fantastic, and really hoping to meet some of the fans here as well.
Absolutely, I love meeting my fans and hearing what they have to say about the site, about my recent scene. So it's been amazing so far, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of days.
I admitted on air this morning, and I think I was admitting it to both Morgan and Juliet yesterday, that I've followed your career back in the Girls Out West Abbey Winters days, and so I've been watching you for a long time, and I have to say,
I have to tell you that.
I'm happy to admit it. I'm not ashamed. Why not?
Why should you be ashamed about watching my boobies for all this time?
Exactly. Yes, I've never been able to say that to a guest before. I've never been able to say that to a guest until today. So
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And you've surrounded yourself with big-breasted women, beautiful big-breasted women. I see what you did there.
yeah, well, exactly. I mean, what can I say? I've got the best job in the world.
Yeah, you do. Well, no,
second best.
I have the best job in the world. I'm sorry.
You get to touch and feel and lick. I just get to look. So, well, Angela and Scarlett, thank you very much. I hope you really enjoy your time here in Hobart, and I appreciate your time on Edge Radio.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Morning, Tony. How are you finding the Australian Grand Prix? Your first ever Formula One race?
No, actually, I've done exhibitions at another one in Abu Dhabi as well, and it's a great crowd. It's a great crossover crowd for us. You know, they like the adrenaline rush and they like the excitement, and they like to look over from the track over to the ramp, and we have a blast.
A lot of fans go out there to see you. Well, there yesterday, it's absolutely packed. I mean, you know, is this coming to Australia and performing in these massive crowds? It must still be a buzz, sort of, you know, bring the skateboarding back down here.
I love it. I mean, the fact that I still get to do it for a living is incredible to me. But Oz crowd is always one of the best. They have embraced skating since day one. It's very much a surf and skate culture like that. So anytime I get to come back, I love it.
Do you get a chance to go and mingle with some of the drivers, meet some of the F1 drivers at all?
I haven't yet. I'm going to go check out a paddock tour today, and I did one hot lap in a V8, but I haven't really been. I've been so busy at the ramp, I haven't been able to check out the race too much.
Do you have any drivers you really want to meet and have a bit of a chat with at all when you're down in the pits?
I don't know. Yeah, whoever's available.
Go for Daniel Ricciardo. There's an easy tip for you.
Okay, there we go.
Cheers, Tony. Thank you very much.
So basically, imagine you're flying to Melbourne. Your plane has to pull over in Devonport. And it has the trouble. The pilot's going, damn it, just pull the choke a little bit. Flutter the engine. All right, everybody out and push. Come on, give us a shove. All right, guys, we've got it going. Everybody in. That's how they do it in Russia, Stewie. Here in Soviet Russia, you do not push plane. Plane push you. Everybody out and push. We cannot go drink vodka.
Honestly, on that one, I'm going to go no fail. I think that's awesome.
They're a happy bunch in Russia.
Look, they're not afraid to get out and push a plane when they need to.
Seriously, if this was Australia, that wouldn't happen in Devonport. You get out the plane and go, I don't want to. I don't want to get out and push. Dad! That would be me. In Russia, we get out plane. We push. We push plane now.
I've got an interesting thought and an interesting idea to stop people from offending criminally.
Okay.
Make them go push planes in Russia. In Siberia, where it's deathly cold. And then...
You have been sentenced to crime of pushing plane in Siberia. May God have mercy on your soul.
No, that's their punishment. Go there and make them push the plane, and they won't want to offend anymore.
Well, look, we're offensive on this show, but do we...
We're not criminals.
How does a pilot do yes, attention passengers, we have landed. Slight miscalculation of issue here. We're going to need you all to get out and push. Thank you. As a compliment to your service today, please enjoy hot beverage.
I would have loved to have heard that announcement from the cockpit.
And I love that there's a video of these cheery people, again, say what you will about Russia. Clearly, they're all just yes, you got nothing better to do. I'm just going to read Moscow Times for the 5th time. I don't even have in-flight entertainment. I can't even watch Desperate Housewives. Get out and push plane? Sounds like fun time to me. So off they get. And what happens when they push it halfway out the runway and it's about to take out? Run, Boris! Run for your life! Get on the plane! You can do it! If you get on plane, you make team for 2016 Olympics! What happens if their space programs, you know, similar situation?
The rocket.
10, 9, 8... Oh, we got problem. Okay, everybody out and push.
I could just see 3 astronauts getting out and pushing the Soyuz rocket.
What happens if this is like the Pooh's plane? Mr. President, we have an issue. We cannot go to G20. Plane breakdown. You must get out and push. Oh,
we will get dissidents to push them. It can be their punishment.
Get Ukraine to push it. Get Ukraine. That's why we invade them. Push our plane. Get out. Push.
Taylor Hanson, what is your favourite type of cheese?
Oh gosh, I have to go with burrata, mozzarella burrata.
Okay, yes, I like the mozzarella. I haven't heard of that one. But is it a bitey cheese? I mean, is it sort of a specific type of mozzarella?
Yeah, mozzarella. It's a creamy mozzarella. So it's mozzarella that's cured, and then extra cream is put in the middle, and it's tied, and it's cured again. So it's just absolutely melts in your mouth. Incredible.
Sounds like it. I'm going to get some after this interview. Question number 2: when it comes to toilet paper, are you a folder or a scruncher?
I would definitely fold. That's an important thing.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you been asked that question many times before in your life at all, Taylor? Or
there's very few questions I can say that's the first, but I think it is.
Wow, there you go. Exclusive here on The Brink this morning. Growing up, what was your dream job?
I'm living my dream job, and that is another thing I can always have been able to say.
I love speaking to people when they can say that. Also, growing up, who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Oh my gosh, who was my childhood celebrity crush? Either probably Catherine Zeta-Jones. I don't know. Beautiful. Who else? Cindy Crawford, probably.
Yes, I can see both. Obviously, we've had you guys answered several times on this show as childhood celebrity crushes, so special shout-out to everybody on The Brink who's answered Hanson in the past. And final question for you today. Taylor Hanson, what is your worst habit?
My worst habit? What's my worst habit? It's probably biting my nails. It's not absolutely... I don't have some people you look at their fingers and they're just like ravaged. So mine are slightly more manageable, but that's one thing I wish I could kick. Tend to still
one day
chew on the old nails.
One day, I'm sure you will. One day, we'll hold out hope for you because people can see. What did you think of the Bob the Builder version of Mambo No. 5 released a couple of years after your version?
Oh yes, actually I like it very much, but these guys never ever, I mean, Bob the Builder kind of stole that song and never even, paid anything to our collection of people. So I can't give him too much love. No. Even though he's a cute little fella, he's been involved in some thievery, so,
Him alongside Aria owe you some money.
Exactly, man. I'm calling you up, Bob. I'm getting you wherever you go. You're hiding. I'm coming at you. Even if you're somewhere in the hills around Tasmania, I'm getting you.
Come on, Bob. Come on. Get the money to Lou. Get him out to Australia.
Once again, Richard Fox has been very well contained by the Red Barons and not allowing any close opportunities. So Richard's forced to take these long shots. We've got 45 seconds on the clock. Kathleen James on the ice now for the Cougars. Turns it over to Adams. But James gets it back. Pounces on it though. She nearly had an opportunity to get her first goal for the season as Richard Fox takes it on. He just pushed the net out of the way. He said, "Get out of my way, everyone." Richard Fox is coming through and he's been held there by Scotty Reid. Graham Fall comes in for the shot, just goes wide. And Matty Adams not happy with a bit of treatment there because he's lost it. And Graham Fall has flicked it in the back of the net meanwhile. Oh, and Richard Fox is not happy. Oh, Richard Fox has just struck Hargraves. Oh, Richard Fox with the right fist. He's not happy. He's off. I think he's gone for the game. And he is not happy. Oh, he's back on the ice here, Richard Fox. It's on. And meanwhile, the clock has ended. Now, I think this has stemmed back a little bit because there was a little bit of aggression before that goal happened. There was a stick gone And Richard Fox is not happy. That right fist definitely collected Hargraves. Hargraves has a blood nose meanwhile. And Richard Fox, when he was sent off, also shoved Polari, the ref. And they're still going at it here. And I think you can hear Dean Hargraves, who has just said we should not see this in our game. Can he get it over to Darby? He's decided to take this all by himself. Skated all the way back into the neutral, past the blue line. Goes for that long shot. Thank you very much, and gets the goal. That's a hat trick for Brendan Rose. Well, I was wondering what he was doing there. He just casually skated behind his own net, up into the neutral zone on the blue line, took the shot, bang.
Yeah, game on. It's back to 5-3 now. They're in with a shot.
Absolutely. We know how quickly the Sharks like to score. They came right back against the Falcons back in that first game in round 2. So the Sharks definitely still in with this one. I mean, we've only played 6 minutes in this period, so tons of time still left in this match for them to mount a comeback. Cockrell now with that puck. Goes the long shot! Oh! Cockrell! Thank you very much. 2 goals in a minute for the Sharks. And what did we say, Paul? We've got a game in our hands.
Yeah.
And with that, we do.
Yeah, it's even right back at 5-4.
It is.
And they are coming. They've got the momentum at the moment.
The Sharks will sweep on this one now. Rose will try and control it. London goes back against the board. 10 seconds. Parcel has his puck. Gets it to Pike. 7 seconds. Pike will go against Cockrell, who gets a magnificent work. 4 seconds on the clock. Cockrell, 2-on-1 opportunity. Great save, Joel Richardson. Stopped a certain goal at the death. And Richardson just waits down there. And Rose has had a swing at Parcel. Rose and Parcel are into this here. Oh, it's on. London's having to get in there and stop. They were having some words there, and Rose had a swing. I think he connected there by the looks of things, and Parcel not wanting to retaliate. He just goes off and says, look at that. He went it, and Rose is not a happy camper, and he's come off here, and he'll go in to the rooms, and that could be it for Brendan Rose this evening. He's just waiting there at the boards. That was an interesting little go there.
That was a real attempt at a brawl there, I think. But the gloves weren't dropped. So from what I'm hearing, apparently it's only a 5-minute penalty if that's what happened. But Graham Fall, I think he gave him the match to sit out.
And Cockrell just dumps that one back. 1:10 to go. I think this is all pretty much done and dusted. The Falcons not looking chance there. Oh, Hornery's taken it. I think he's taken the old Italian soccer team advice there.
He's gone down, the old horn dog. I wanted to get that one in. It's the opposite. Let's call that the Hornery corner.
Yes, you've got the face it is, the Hornery corner. And I'll tell you what, Cross got an elbow up there. There's no doubting about that, but I don't think it really connected with him too well. And Hornery, as well as being a bit of an angry man, is also a bit of a hidden actor. Maybe see him at the Playhouse in The Talented Mr. Ripley or something like that. 38 seconds to go here. The Sharks 2 goals up. And the miracle is going to happen here for the Falcons to win. Into the helmet of Polari there. Parcel has it with Cross. And Parcel will come away with this, though. He's got 28 seconds to get something here. Polari holding him against the boards well. Parcel has it, tries to get it towards Me, and he smacks himself on the board. 18 seconds on the clock. Me has it, runs into Graham Paul. The ref is trying to get out of the way. Fighting hard against the board. 12 seconds on the clock. The Sharks are going to have a win here. The Falcons are going to fall their second game in a row. The puck is just fought hard against the boards. It's not coming out. 5 seconds on the clock. It's not going to matter. Rose claps his hand. He knows they've won. There it is. And Cross and Parcel are now having a bit of a go. Parcel once again in the thick of it. And it doesn't matter. Oh, and Cross has dropped his gloves. Cross has dropped his gloves. Oh, he's shoving it out into it. Oh, it's on again. He's really pushing it hard. He's grabbed the helmet there of Parcel, and Hornery is holding him back. And they're going to have to break this up. Cross dropped the gloves, and that is a sign in ice hockey that they want to dance, Paul Luttrell.
Yeah, Parcel, he's been the focus of everyone's aggression tonight. I think we're going to get some post-match entertainment as well after the second game outside, apparently.
Fox is really launching. Oh, that was a hard hit. That was a very hard hit against Scott Reed. Bangs against the board. and Richard Fox will go off and have a rest, and their head's back, and that will be him out for the rest of the game too.
Yeah, that's a massive disadvantage to the Cougars. The Barons, they look likely here. They've got a launch.
Wow, a power play with 90 seconds on the clock. Fox is out of this match unless the Red Barons, of course, score here, then the power play will be over. But, wow, this is a big moment for the Barons for the comeback of the season. Reed this time is the one who shoves down Nick Fall. Nick Fall dumps it up to the other side. It's only Graham and Nick on the ice now. Brendan Rose, Scotty Reed, Matty Adams, the heroes here for the Barons. Adams tries to get it to Rose. Great defensive work from Nick Fall. Now a chance here with Scott Reed with the shot. Oh, to the crossbar, bounce back down. Oh, so close to Rose to win it. Oh, it's gone over the top, 44 seconds. Adams, that hit the crossbar and looked like it was going to roll down in there, but it just couldn't happen. Rose and the pass went over. There was 30 seconds. As Rose argues, the clock is counting down. He's got to get on with it here. 28 seconds. Reed up against Fall. Rose for the long shot at the blue line. Great save there from Morello. Dump back there from Nick Fall. Chance now here for Brendan Rose. He gets it off the pads of Kapachi. 15 seconds on the clock. Reed falls over himself. Nick Fall has his puck up against the boards. Dumps it. 10 seconds on the clock. Last roll of the dice here for the Red Barons. Rose just dumps out one long. Oh, that would have been a miracle goal. And that's got to be it. 2 seconds. 1 second. It's over. It's over. It's all over. We have our first tie for 2014. Shoots! Save there from Elliott, who's just been so good in that long-range shot. Fall puts it in! He gets it! It's all level. Graham Fall did what he did last week and gets an equaliser around about this time as well. I think it was a little bit less time on the clock this time, but literally there should be a minute less on the clock because they've added a minute. It's 8-all. Someone's going to get hurt now. Richard Fox gets this one back to Graham Fall. Polari clears the danger. Oh, Barella's come right out of his crease. Danger here for the Cougars, but they've cleared it away. Sam Fall for the very long dump shot just wide. Lovely pass from Sam Fall to Richard Fox. Finds Graham Fall in space, but Bond somehow, as he does all night, just covers it. Oh, nearly a chance there for Elliott. He saved it and put it in. It's got it, has it. Just go back in now. The net has come out. Will it count? Because the net had been pushed out of its slot. They're shaking their heads.
Oh, they're saying
no goal. No goal. And Richard Fox just... You nearly, both of you, just had to give me some space there for a moment because... in all fairness there, I don't think it was a goal because the net was out of its place just as it went in. So it would have been a very unlucky decision for the Sharks to have that one scored against him. Now Graham Fall's going to come out here. Richard Fox is still staying out there. So Richard Fox has stayed out there, and I don't think they're going to pull Richard off now. With 90 seconds on the clock, this is only good for the Sharks because, of course, the clock doesn't stop in the Tasmanian Ice Hockey League. And with 90 seconds on the clock, Fox, Sam Fall and Graham Fall will be the last line here, and Rose face it. Rose still going. Now Sam Fall back in that club's corner. Just stop there from Facer, and Graham Fall will collect this one. He's got Rose on one side to stop him, and high stick. And
you'd be happy with that extra minute now. It gives them a chance to win.
Well, yes, I'll be happy with the extra minute if they win. But as we've got 1 minute on the clock, so the clock literally should be over right now because we have played 20 minutes, but we're going to play 21. There's all in it here for the winner. Now Rose, he goes into the club corner, shoots just wide. The puck's gone out. Has it? No, it's still aimed in. Richard Fox still has it now towards Sam Fall. Sam Fall shoots a long shot. Elliott, great save. Cockrell behind the net, still goes along the boards. Cockrell towards everyone. No, he's taking it on himself here. Leighton Cockrell still going. Leighton Cockrell's going to do it! Leighton Cockrell! 34 seconds on the clock. He puts it in. What did I tell you? The extra minute on the clock. Oh, I want to take this to the tribunal.
They need to speed it up. Come on.
18 seconds. They can still get it, but I don't think they will. 12 seconds on the clock. 10 seconds. They've pulled the goalie. Barella's out, and Rose is going to put an empty net. Oh, he's missed it. 5 seconds on the clock towards Graham Fall. Graham Fall, oh, they stopped it. And Rose for the last minute. Oh, no. I call this dirty. There was an extra minute. Oh, this is a sport you don't want to have if you've got a heart problem. And what a match, what a season. Face off. Shot, goal there from Cockerell. And Cockerell comes in and just says, how you doing? To old Joel. Oh, and in comes Highland. Gives him a shove. Well, 18 seconds on the clock and we've still got every opportunity to have a bit of a punch on. And Highland is coming in to protect his netminder, and off he goes. Well, Luke Highland will spend the closing moments of 2014 in the bench. Well, it sums up this match. It's been tough, it's been hard, and everyone for the Falcons is congratulating Luke Highland for standing up for Joel Richardson. He's the only one out there, Joel, who just hasn't even bothered to shove anyone at all tonight. He's copped a few. He's getting belted physically.
So motioning to the car park saying he wants to meet him out there. Well, obviously it's unfinished business.
See how it goes. We're into the final 10 seconds. The Falcons just absolutely dominate this evening. They've dominated the season for 2014. They are your back-to-back champions. 2013, 2014. The Falcons are premiers. But it doesn't matter. There's been an incident there. Cockerell v Pike. It's over. Well, they've ended the season on a massive big bang. And Rob Pike, he's up. He's celebrating with his teammates. His first premiership medallion in the Tasmanian Ice Hockey League. And what an absolute superb match. What a superb season. Premiers 2014, the Falcons.
Frank Woodley, question number 1. What is your favourite type of cheese?
Cheese, tasty.
Tasty? Just the regular cheese?
Just the regular tasty.
Yep.
I don't even know what the other cheeses are called. See, I said I'm not a foodie.
Exactly, you did, and I've got a food question. How ironic does that turn out? Question number 2. When it comes to toilet paper, are you a folder or a scruncher?
Oh, folder, definitely.
Folder.
Yep. And I go in from the front.
Ah, right. So front to back, or?
Yeah. No, yeah, I go in from the front. I used to go to the back. I don't know why. When I was about 30, I don't think the concept of going in from the front had ever occurred to me. And then I heard someone discussing it, and I had a crack, and it's worked for me. I've gone in from the front ever since.
And
Hey, and here's a little tip for people. I didn't realise this. Have you ever had that experience of a super buoyant poo? I mean, a lot of people have had that.
I have actually. Now that I think of it, yep.
It's a terrifying and very upsetting experience. Well, happened to me a couple of months ago. It was at a friend's place. Guess what? I just reached into the toilet bowl, pushed it under, and then just washed my hands afterwards, and it was fine. I didn't die or anything.
Well, there you go.
There, that's a little bit of, I don't know if there's any kind of health professionals out there who are going, that's not the most hygienic advice I've heard recently, but just give yourself a good wash afterwards. It seems to work fine.
I'm going to remember that next time I go to the bathroom. Thanks, Frank. Question number 3. Growing up, what was your dream job?
I wanted to be Harry Butler, actually, who was like a precursor to Steve Irwin. So he didn't kind of wrestle crocodiles so much as he'd lift up a log and go, look, there's a goanna under here. Look at that, isn't it a beautiful creature? And that's what I wanted to do when I was about, 14.
Mm-hmm. Still time. You've got plenty of time ahead of you.
We found a blue tongue in our backyard recently, and that was pretty exciting. So, yeah, I might. He had a big bushy beard, and I might start growing it.
Do it. I could see it would suit you very well. Question number 4, also growing up, who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Nana Muscuri.
Actually. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about her, but she just really flicked that switch in me.
It's that voice. It's that Greek voice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Oh, now you're making me think of Nana Muscuri. Thanks for that. Final question today.
And interestingly, the kind of I see her in like these, big thick black glasses and a white caftan, which I don't normally associate with sexiness, but for some reason with Nana Muscuri really got me going.
I could see a TV show, Frank Woodley and Nana Muscuri discover wildlife.
I'm not sure if she's still kicking around. I haven't seen her for about 30 years, but I'd quite like to hook up with her.
Come back to her. Final question. Frank Woodley, what is your worst habit?
My worst habit is that I'm a fingernail chewer, and it's particularly antisocial in my case because I don't restrict it to my own fingernails.
Right. So people in the front row should be scared at your show then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Look out, people.
before I let you go, Bert, I have had the request. Now my mother likes to sort of know who I'm interviewing, and I update her, and I sort of say, look, I'm speaking to Bert Newton today, and she sort of, her eyes have lit up. She's going, oh, you've got to mention that I want to say hello to Bert. And I don't often do this, Bert, so can I please pass on a hello from my mother to you this morning?
What's her name?
Her name is Kim.
Kim?
Yes.
Kim, this is Bert here. All the very best to you. Thank you for asking after me. I'm sure Ben wasn't telling a lie. I really hope that you said, well, please say hello to Bert for me. I'm saying hello to you. You've got a great son with a big future, and I hope that your life is filled with lots of love and good things at the moment and for the future too.
I went to do some investigative journalism this morning. I went to Canada with that terrible teleport that we have. Sorry, I used up the last bit of the energy, by the way.
Whatever.
I went there and I'm like, oh, how do you feel about Chad and Avril splitting up? And he's like, what? And I'm like, Chad and Avril, they're splitting up. Then he just burst out in tears and he cried so much that his face was flooded. And so I just left.
There's those live webcams of you can get city webcams, and there's live ones in the streets of Vancouver. They're empty because everyone's just at home crying.
Yeah, it's really depressing.
It's terrible. Avril Lavigne fans are burning Nickelback CDs.
Yep.
Every sane person in the planet is just burning Nickelback CDs because that's what you do with Nickelback CDs.
That's right.
And every Nickelback fan is, the one person is.
Yeah. All the horse faces are crying.
The fact that you're investigative journalism, absolutely, because according to New Zealand, you're a journalist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Official.
Exactly.
Yep.
I am actually a journalist. I don't screw my uni degree. Screw that. Screw my education. You can throw that down the drain too. I am a journalist.
Just look how happy they look in that picture.
I know. Look at them.
Avril and Chad.
Avril's putting on a little fake smile, and Chad's just chilling.
Forget Brangelina. Forget Benifer.
Yeah.
This was bad.
That is such a fake smile, though. Look at that.
Or Chavril.
Look at that. No, look at Avril. It's such a fake
people at home right now listening to this are looking at.
Yeah, the illusion of radio. Anyway,
Chavril.
Chavril
are breaking up.
Or Chavril.
Not Chavril.
No, Chavril.
I can't handle it.
I shipped that couple.
No, I'm done.
Oh.
I'm quitting radio.
Oh no.
Chavril's out.
No, Ben. And Ben's gone. He's actually gone. He's. Yeah. He actually.
Don't leave your phone and charge the radio. You know what? That's actually the first time in 10 years I've ever actually walked out of the studio.
He literally walked out and shut the door behind him, and he looks like he's about to cry.
Chavril's gone. Here's the Barons of Tang and Apocalypse Kids. I need to just go.
He needs to.
It's the Brink on Edge Radio.
He needs to relax.
99.3 FM.
It's the Brink on Edge Radio, 99.3 FM. You've got Dakota with you. Ben has actually left the studio in a array of tears. It was quite a sad moment. He comes up to me, he puts his hand on my shoulder and says, Dakota, the Brink is yours. I can't take it anymore. Chavril have split up, and with his face all wet, and he walks out, and I watched him get in his car and he drove off. It was quite a depressing moment. But now he's just stuck with me. It's all right. So it's I've decided that in honour of Ben Waterworth, our good friend, we're going to participate in everyone's favourite game show.
It's that time of the week to play everybody's favourite game show. It's Forget the Lyrics here on the Brink on Edge Radio. Over to the studio.
All right, so in also honour of Chavril splitting up, I'm going to sing Complicated by Avril Lavigne. So it's really sad that Ben's not here, but alright, let's get into it. Let's go.
Hi, Dakota.
Whoa, Ben! What?
I just thought I'd just pop up. I heard you say you were going to tribute to Chavril, so
wait.
There's a back door. You don't know where it is.
Wow.
No one in Edge knows where it is. Actually, I created it, so yeah, snuck up through the floor. So, look, I've pulled myself together.
Yes, but I saw you. I watched you drive off.
I did. I just ducked off to Canada quickly just to, get the vibe of the country. And look, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's really not good right now in Canada. They're in mourning.
Yeah, you've wiped the tears off your face.
Yeah, look, I'm in mourning. It is mourning, and I'm in mourning.
Yes, we're all happy to have you back.
Thank you, Dakota. Yes. It means a lot.
Yes,
it really means a lot.
Glad the show is not mine anymore.
Great memories there, reliving all those moments. And it's hard to believe that they were good, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, as they were the first 5 years of the decade. So very good memories indeed. Of course, next week, we'll be back for part 2 of the best of the decade, bringing you the best bits from the years between 2015 and 2019, interestingly enough. So you'll hear some moments that you've already heard of last week. But obviously the majority of that time spent was in our podcast era, but still a couple of years, at least 1 year there, where we were on Radio 2, and still a few little tidbits that we're also going to include from High Noon, which was basically the Brink 2.0, just on a lunchtime slot. You'll hear that, of course, next week as well. If you do want to hear some other stuff as well, I'll just a quick little tease out there for our sister show, the Oz Network, where some best bits of this year for 2019, sorry, I'm forgetting the years, as well as, of course, the decade. We'll be doing a similar one, but featuring just some classic Survivor Oz memories back when we used to be purely a Survivor-based show. So head over to theoznetwork.net and you can find that as well in the coming weeks as we close out the year and the decade too. But remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe, all the relevant channels. We do appreciate your support here on The Brink, and we love that you're listening and that's still keeping up with us all these years after we have started. But until next week, thanks for tuning into The Brink. My name is Ben. Keep sucking those oranges, Hobart Cargill, and good night.